Hi there, everyone. Now, I'm not going to be on camera for that long because I'm not going to be able to read your stuff and all of that. I need to put on my glasses. And this is me without a stitch of makeup on. And yep, I'm going to be 60 this year. So yeah, this is what I look like for anybody who's going oh, she's never on camera. Because I've gotten some of those messages, comments, from founders, and it's like, have you not looked at the thumbnails of other videos or seen other videos where I've been on camera? Oh, no, no, no. You guys don't bother with anything like that. Okay, got it. Okay. Anyway, so hey, Sam, how are you doing? Oh, thank you for asking how I'm feeling. Oh, my goodness, Jelly, thank you so much for the pink hand waving. How I'm feeling. Well, I'm very happy that I finally did get some more of the pain medication because I've been without it since November. I tried to get it, like some more of it, because I was completely out and I couldn't. I just figured the doctor didn't want to give me any more of that. Well, when I went for the follow up, she was like, oh, well, you should have that. And so the entire time while I was recovering from everything, I didn't have this strong medication that I should have had. Isn't that great? Don't you love those things? Oh, and I have a couple of stories for you guys. Okay. You see this ring on my finger? This is not my wedding ring. This is a different ring. So yesterday, I don't remember oh yeah. Okay. This may be TMI, but I'm telling you anyway. So I was peeing and I get up as one does because one doesn't sit on the toilet like forever and just do everything in life. And I heard this sound and it was my engagement ring that had fallen off my finger because my engagement ring and my wedding ring, when we got them, they were too big for me. And I did not get them resized. And I was like, holy crap. And then I realized I didn't have my wedding band on. I'm like, where's my wedding band? And I started freaking out. I mean, absolutely freaking out. I'm going like, where could that be? Because it was the end of the day. I had been working all day and all of that jazz. And then for some reason, I had glanced inside where the shower was, and there it be. There was my wedding ring. So I put both of them somewhere that's secure. And I sent a message to my husband. I'm like, yeah, I think we really do need to get these sized. So I do have on this ring, which is tanzanite and has some diamonds here, which I do love this ring, but it's not my wedding ring. But I don't feel safe wearing those because I don't want to lose them somewhere. That's the first time that has ever happened. So that was just really weird. And I have another story for you before I say hi to all of you. So I have gotten several things from Uber Eats. And the other day, it was raining. Well, it's been raining here a lot in the Houston area. And I wanted to try a burger from somewhere. So I ordered it. And it took forever and 5 days for it to finally arrive. And then I got a message of hey, did you get your order from the driver? And I went to the front door and lo and behold, there's a little package all tightly bundled up. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't open it, but yeah, I have something here thinking, yep, that's my meal. I go and I cut it open because, it's so tight. I can't just undo the little plastic bag. And I look at it, I'm like, what is this? It was Thai food, which obviously when you order a burger, that's not Thai food. So I ended up getting a credit from Uber Eats and everything. And I was just really annoyed because I'm like, and it was getting too late for me to eat anyway. So I decided to try a little bit of it. And there's just red pepper, everywhere, extra, extra, all over the place. And I'm like, okay, let me try it. And it was and I can deal with hot food. I love spicy food. And I tried some, and I'm like, I think I have some teriyaki sauce in the fridge. I think I do. So I went and got it, put some on there, and I'm like, let me try it. It didn't really help. It really didn't help. And I'm like, okay, note to self, this isn't for you. So got rid of it the next day. And then I tried a burger from another place and it was okay. But the fries that I got, I was expecting like actual fries, and it came with like fries with some kind of sauce on it. And then there was like burger on top. I don't know. It was like a bazillion different things. And I'm like, how do you eat all of that plus the burger? I mean, it was just like a ton of stuff. And I'm like, this is just too much for me. It's like the burger I thought at first was small, but it filled me up. I'm like, how do you eat this too? It's like, that's just too much. So anyway, there are my stories for the week. And I saw a really cute blanket from Macy's and it came back in stock. And I think it was like $10. So I ordered that sucker because I just thought it was cute and I love me some cuddly little blankets. So there you go. There's my stories for you. And now let me say hi to you guys. So Magical Nev, it is good to see you. And I do have a ginger ale with me. Thirsty. Hey Sam, nice to see you. Insolent Violet. Hello there, Mon Hun. It's very nice to see you. You've dropped your wedding band down the kitchen sink. Oh my goodness. And once lost it under a banana and searched nearly 3 hours straight before finding it. Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. Yeah, it is a horrible feeling. And I was absolutely scared out of my mind that I had lost it like forever. And then I was like, well, we can always get another one. I was trying to rationalize everything. And I was so happy when I found it again. So happy. No, it was not a Thai burger. I'm so glad. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before. Hey, Joe. Yeah, resizing is important. Note to self, we've only been married for, like how long? How long have we been married? Long enough for me to have done this years ago. Hello, Maria. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. I don't think I've seen you here before either. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Mark. How are you doing, sweetheart? Hey, Albs. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. I think Jellia. Oh, I think I said hi to you, Devil's Advocate. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. And I think I've said hi to everyone who is in the stream, like doing the little chat thing. So I appreciate you guys doing that. So today, what we're going to be doing, and I have it on my channel, is just the part where Ash appeared on the ONPASSIVE 360. Now, I was there, during the whole thing, and I was working at the same time. So there are parts that I missed along the way. But I figured, I have a thing or two to probably say. Yeah, Joe, how I wanted to know how you're feeling because you had like the MRI or something the other day. So let us know how you're dealing with that. And Mark, you don't wear your wedding band caught on door. Oh gosh, 30 years ago. Good. Not. Oh my gosh, your finger cut nearly to the bone. Goodness. Okay. Now back to what I was saying. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Mark, and I don't blame you for not wearing it. Goodness. Anyway, I thought that it would be interesting for us all to give it a replay, give it a review, if you will, kind of like a retro review. It's only been a few days. I mean, is this really a retro? Okay. It's not really vintage. I guess it's, whatever. We're reacting to it. I'm reacting to it. All right. That's what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing. And by the way, I presented something to our large team this week, and it was like personal development tips of like where you can find different courses and stuff. And I had several people tell me, they're like, your presentation was the best. You made this fun. I was like, oh, well, thank you. I just kind of was my like whimsical, crazy little self in there. And I had my manager help me like read the stuff on screen. So let me, okay, Salsa, why do you paw at my hand as I'm trying to find something? Why, Missy Moo? Why do you do that? Oh, you want this? Here. Here you go. Here you go. She's trying to get to a string thing that I have. Yep, here it is. All right. Give me just a second. Okay. Oh, goodness. Hush up. Hush up. I'm starting to play my intro. So let me share my screen with you guys. And I'm going to make that all enlarged. And I'm also going to change the view so you just see all of that. And just, make sure that you can hear. You just had an MRI, and we'll see what happens at the next appointment. Okay, yeah, it'll take a few days to get that back. So please, please, please let me know what happens. This started happening actually a couple of months ago. I will wake up and my left pinky will be numb. And it's not like I'm sleeping, like curled up on anything. I'll be sleeping on my back. So I'm having some kind of test done on it to see like if there's a nerve that's compressed or some weird shit going on, to cause this. Because I had an operation, well, a couple of operations for tennis elbow and golfer's elbow on my right arm because of the use of the mouse all the live long. So, and now something on the left arm. What can I say? I feel like the bionic woman, but not because I haven't had anything replaced. We had to cut off a ring recently for my daughter as her finger swelled up. We had to go to a hospital to get it. Oh my gosh. Really? Oh my goodness. Did that hurt? Did they have to like deaden her finger or anything? Wow. I never thought about that. Where would you go to have a ring cut off? Devil's Advocate has CTS. I'm sorry, I don't know what CTS is, so please enlighten me. And your fingers feel like that all the time. So your fingers feel numb all the time. Is that it, Devil's Advocate? They have special cutters. Wow. Wow. Wow, all these ring stories make me feel better about not wearing my engagement ring. Magical Nev, that's perfectly fine. Oh, carpal tunnel. Okay, thank you for, explaining things to me, because you know what? I see these acronyms sometimes people use, and I'm like, what? It's like, I don't get it. I need things spelled out for me. Yes, golfer's elbow and tennis elbow is awful. And I had both at the same time. Couldn't pick up a toothbrush for months. Wow. Wow. Yeah. All right. So we are going to just, go for it. This is a little over an hour. So we're going to be here over an hour because I'll have stuff to say. And I definitely have stuff to say once Ash decides he wants to start talking about restaurants and reservations and yada, yada, and more yadas. So anyway, let's just get to it, shall we? And I know you guys just saw my intro.
Sweating. I am, and it feels really good. I do have a hole in my door until my part comes, but it's okay. That's the air conditioner kicking, believe it or not. 6 days ago, I was sleeping, freezing my butt off, thinking, what did I do? I think I made a mistake. Until I learned the next day, oh, you did something wrong, dummy, fix it. That's when the attitude starts saying positive, forward, move forward, don't stop. ONPASSIVE has never stopped. ONPASSIVE Mufareh has never looked back. He keeps going forward, and that's what we should all learn from. Are things popping as fast as you want? They're popping fast for me. Everything that I think is on time and going forward fast, move, boom, boom. It's grooving and moving, man. Listen, ONPASSIVE, when you say the word, you should get goosebumps. When you're talking to someone about ONPASSIVE, you should be lighting them up like I'm lit up now. Let them know how exciting this is going to be and what it's going to do for them. I could keep talking.
Okay, I'm just going to say this right here, right now, because I just can't stand it. In my opinion, if somebody is all lit when they're talking about ONPASSIVE to someone else, that's going to make that other person kind of cringe. And I don't think it's going to make them excited. It's probably going to be more of a repellent, because it may remind them of other things like that they maybe have had pitched to them. You know, just my opinion. We'll just carry on.
I don't want to keep talking. I want this guy that's on the right or left or whatever he is to come on and talk. And Floridians, get ready for Saturday. And I'm going to try to get there early. And I'll be parking this bus in that parking lot somewhere. If I got to park on their lawn, I'll do it. I don't care. Listen, I don't believe in rules when we're bringing so much good. Do you know how much good is coming to that restaurant on Saturday? Think about it. If I told anyone, I don't care. We got people coming from other states. Bring it on. I'll find a spot for you. If I got to put you on the roof of this RV, we're going to get you some food. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a good time. Ron Holbert, thank you very much for getting all those reservations done. Rob Gorman, thank you very much for getting the word out. I'm sure you guys are still going to get some more stuff. Thank you to everyone that's helping. I'm crazy. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one, and I'm excited about it. So don't think I'm not. All right, Marty, Red, I think I can keep talking. Oh, wait a minute. Who's this guy? Who is this guy? Ash Mufareh. Take the floor, man. I'm almost out of breath.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. And thank you for the invitation. I was just a backup plan just in case Chris doesn't show up, but he showed up the last minute. For all of my Floridian residents, if you feel smarter today, more intelligent, if you feel the state is shinier, obviously we know why. Welcome aboard. A couple of things. I know you don't want to stay here much longer, and they cannot keep up with my wages. All right, so all they can afford is 20 minutes of my time or less. Connect, we have finalized the script that we've talked about, and it's now going to start the migration process as of tomorrow. So we are exactly as predicted. This will be a true game changer. If you're happy with what we have right now, I know a few experts on the topic, and friends and colleagues who viewed it, and they were saying this is perfect, and then we said no, this is not the final. Is that if this is what you're going to the market with, this is beyond perfect. So they were happy and thrilled with what we have now.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Who here believes that anybody was just so thrilled that what OConnect is, that somebody was like, it's beyond perfect? And I don't care if that thing is from yesterday, last week, or this coming week. Who actually believes I mean, that was set. Anyone? Oh, dang, I don't have my computer plugged in. It fell off. Oh, here it is. Oh, I think Missy Moo caused that to come undone. Does anybody believe that? Because, you know, I'm just finding that hard to believe. I'm just saying you might want to pick a different street corner to go peddle those papers.
I will see how they will feel next week, and with the few AI components that we are finalizing as well. So this is really exciting now. I believe this would be a good standard that you could expect every other product in in the ecosystem will look like OConnect. So I'm going to recap a little bit my vision.
Wait, every product is going to look like OConnect. Then how are you going to differentiate anything? And then it makes me think like, well, we've seen the mess of OConnect. I mean, I think it was last night, I want to say, because it was Rob Lynn, or was it during their lunch thing that they had started doing? I don't know. I think it was them, and I don't remember when it was. It was today or yesterday. That much I know. And I'm watching it, and the audio was awful because it was very like poppy and grainy like I really felt like, okay, are we not quite tuned into the radio station? That's what it felt like to me. I was like, okay, this is not good. So if you come out with something that has that type of quality for the audio, I don't think people will be happy with that. But then again, that's what it has been all along for people who are viewing things on OConnect. Chalupa, you can get up here. Oh, goodness. Hang on. Salsa, stop blocking him. Salsa, come here. Sorry, guys. It's the dog off. Salsa blocking Chalupa because she has fun doing that. Come here, baby boy. Come here. Come here by your mama. All right. Let's see what you guys have to say. OConnect runs on the radio waves. Magical Nev, you're right. You are right. You are right. Hello, Rami. Is it Ramesh? I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry if I did not say it correctly. I'm terrible with names. Missy Moo is a name. Yeah, you know what, Joe? It's so funny because I have used Missy Moo for years, and then in Girl World, it was like, oh, holy crap! Now Missy Moo has a different meaning for me, a completely different meaning. But I am using it for Miss Salsa. I'm still using it on her. Okay, would you two just settle down, please? Settle down. All right, let's continue.
Was to create a better market, a more clean, ethical market, everything centralized, simplified in one platform where everybody has access to it, anyone can afford it, and give them a...
Wait, anyone can afford it. There are people... Right now, what we do know is that if you paid for OConnect monthly, without any kind of discount or any kind of anything, is $125 per month. There are people, even in the US, that would not be able to afford that. And certainly would not be able to afford the quarterly price tag, let alone people in developing countries where the infrastructure for technology is not as strong as what it is in developed countries, you know? So I always find it odd when this phrase of like anyone can afford it. It's like, how do you know this? Where is the data for that? Did you go and do a worldwide survey? Because we know there are people who can't afford it. I mean, I know I would not want to add an additional bill or a quarterly bill to my lifestyle, especially if I'm not going to really use it and I'm just thinking, well, maybe I can sell it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think the price tag is affordable for people or is not affordable for people? And if it's not affordable, why do you think it's not affordable? What do you think would be affordable for OConnect? What do you think would be a reasonable price tag? Let me know in chat, please.
Break, give them a fair share of the potential, and this is exactly what we're doing. So ecosystem as of 2024, which is a complete digital AI-driven solution for businesses, nonprofit, individuals in one simple single sign-on, done. That is in 2024, all done. Obviously, we have a rollout process. I'm not going to get into the names and what's coming. Some of the great leaders who are paying attention and been on board for a while, they could understand exactly what's coming, plus more, what they don't know. But at least the ones that you know, for the most part, are definitely all set for a good rollout throughout the year. So this is the first pillar of my vision, to have a complete digital system or ecosystem in one.
Okay, let's check out some of the things that you guys have. Hello, Ashmu Farah. Devil's Advocate says that for PNG, the minimum wage is equivalent to $140 a month. So yeah, so they would not be able to afford $125 a month because that would like eat up most everything if somebody is making minimum wage. Jelly asks, can people join OConnect calls if they are not part of ONPASSIVE? Now, I believe, and chat, let me know if I am correct. If memory serves, you need to have an account with ONPASSIVE so that you can access the OConnect like link that's sent to you. I believe that's what you have to do. So in theory, then you would be someone that would be like in the holding tank. You haven't bought anything, but you now have an account because you've entered your name, your email address. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. And I don't have a problem with saying I was wrong. I did not remember. And Mark says, no individual needs a 10,000 user license. And I agree. I mean, I was just, before coming on with you guys, one of my friends who's also a content creator, some of you know her or know of her, Monica Hayworth. She is also a former Beachbody coach. And, you know, I became friends with her when after she did her first video, I contacted her and she and I just hit it off, you know, like a house on fire. and we became good friends. Since then, she's had a child, and so very, very busy. So we haven't like been talking as much as we did. And so we are planning to get together, and to chat on video. And I can't wait to see her baby like in person, like through video, because that child has grown so much. And Monica is thinking about homeschooling her child. And I was like, oh, I can totally help you with that. And I was thinking of some lessons that I used, and it's through a particular organization when I taught science that I think would be great for her to incorporate, because there's some things that she could do easily that I know would be fun for Scarlett. And I just really want to be able to help her with like how to come up with things, where to find stuff. Because if you don't know, I am a former classroom teacher, and I've taught literally from 3-year-olds all the way through college, so like every grade level. And Joe says it's too high for a regular person, especially when you can get it for free for what most people would need. Monhun says, so only if you're a leader you get to know what's coming. Equality all the way down the pyramid. Sam says, OConnect is worth one straw penny. Wow. Monhun also adds, and the average cost of mobile data in P&G is $2.61 per gigabyte. That's why on the P&G webinar last weekend, there were groups of P&G founders watching, not individuals. And Monhun further says, you can't join any OConnect without an OES account. Okay, thank you. So that's what I was saying. You don't have to be subscribed, but you need to have registered an OES account. Okay. So that's what you need to do. And Magical Nev says $125 a month is what it costs to run my whole car. And also, MS Teams only costs me $99 a year, and I get Office with it. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So you get the whole Office suite and MS Teams. I use MS Teams too. Ash asked, is the only way to get a link to pay the $97? You can get a link without paying the $97. You just need to then create an OES account, meaning enter your name and email address so that you have an OES account. And I'm so sorry, I am not going to be able to say your name, Surya Bond. I'm so sorry. I know that is not correct, and I apologize. And Deba, welcome to both of you. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Thank you for being here, and I apologize for not saying your names correctly. I'm so sorry. That's all I can say. I'll just sit here all night long apologizing for not saying names correctly. I really apologize. I feel so bad. Yep, that's right. It is Monica's fault that you're here, Joe. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. And, I'll check back with what you guys are talking about in a little bit, because we're just 6 minutes and 2 seconds into this. So let's just get back to it now, shall we?
Stop shop. Secondly is to be an independent and exclusive domain registrar globally. That is also done. And third is to have our own data center.
Now, I will make mention of this again because I did make a post about it. Being an ICANN registrar, it's not as if there's not other companies who have done that. There's over 2,000 companies who are an ICANN registrar. So it's not like it was like this impossible, magnificent feat that we should all sit back and just be in awe over. As you know, Ash kind of tried to like make it sound like, wow, this was just so hard to do. It's not that hard. And you can actually go to their website. And I also posted about this, that founders cannot legally use the ICANN logo. ONPASSIVE can, the company can, but no one else can. So if you see people using it, they're doing so illegally, which puts everyone at risk. Just so you know.
Project has been for well over a year and a half in the process. I was blown away, and thank you to our engineers, not going to mention where, who have been working so hard and tirelessly, and they traveled across the continents, across the oceans, many countries, to be able to develop something unique, disruptive, and definitely a game changer in the field of data hosting. So we are looking at a completion of this project. It's not done, but I think we have the biggest part is conducted and concluded. So ecosystem done, the
And also, so that anybody who is a founder, so that you know, you can actually find a map that has every single data center on it. Currently, there's not a single data center that has ONPASSIVE on it worldwide. Just so you know, and you can look for this yourself. I've provided links, but I'm just letting you know. There's none on the record to date.
the whole digital world, if you wish, done or done deal. I'm not saying it's already available in the market. I've got to be more
Hey, kid.
refined.
Welcome.
Perhaps we already know the
Sorry if I said that wrong.
domain registrar is done. Also, we are an official registrar accredited by ICANN. We already know that. And also the data center is a done deal. There's also the payment processing and being our own bank acquirer to have a complete financial solution, wallets and money mobilization and transfer and all of that. That will give us the full independency of our process, and that is also in its, I would say.
I just wanted to acknowledge what Devil's Advocate said, is that Discord is completely free, up to 99 people in a single call, and it has way more features than OConnect has. Now, I myself, I am not on Discord all that often. I think there's like 3 different servers that I'm a member of. I just recently joined one that's all about AI, which has some like really cool stuff in it. And so I just kind of like have that tab open during work all the time, so I can like go and look at things as I need to. But I find that very interesting. Like I said, I haven't done a call or anything like that, and I know that Discord has a lot of different things. So I find that very interesting. So I thank you very much for sharing that with us. I find it interesting that there are so many different tools out there that function in so many different ways that many people know of. Not everybody does, because like myself, I haven't used Discord all that much. And maybe I should, I just haven't. But many people do. And obviously, I think this is obvious at least. I think the demographics for ONPASSIVE most likely may not even know Discord exists. So then they wouldn't know about any of the features that it has. And maybe that's something that is being kind of banked on. Like, well, they won't notice, they won't know because of their demographics, if that makes sense. Just kind of my, thinking out loud here.
Final stages pretty much this year is set for a release. Obviously, this will dominate everything else. And add to all of that the ability to share from this monumental vision or project. It sounds very simple. Four pillars, what I mentioned, but put them in one place. And the result of that, the way and the fashion, the culture that we implement everything, that will definitely make the biggest impact. So everything is definitely looking very, very promising and exciting for this 2024. The year is young. I believe it's going to be a powerful, remarkable year. That is no doubt about that. And just to make sure that everybody would have a fun, exciting, memorable year, add something we sprinkle and we call it A-bomb. If you don't know what A-bomb is, got to pay attention and catch up. That's on the vision, and that's on OConnect. We also probably, I want to say a general rule, general thing. When we say something, until we have said it is going to change.
Okay, I just wanted to say I found this, and yes, the Golden Corral thing is tomorrow, Saturday. Mon says he still talks about a data center like it's something only a few have done. There's an estimated 10,000 data centers globally, including many in developing countries. I find that to be very interesting. And I came across something this week, and I'm not going to get it right. I will tell you that it's like kind of fuzzy in my head, but it's basically something about the current data centers where they're located, that they are starting to look in other places of where to have data centers because of all of the AI stuff being developed. There's not enough space to be able to handle all of it. So there's like some rethinking of, like, one of the places that they're looking at is rural Pennsylvania, which is some place that they had not wanted to have a data center in. Like I said, I don't remember all of it. It was in an article, but I did come across that, and I just found it very interesting in terms of kind of revising how are we going to do this? What do we need to do? Where do we need to do it so that we can handle all of this information as it comes on board, so to speak, which I'm probably not explaining that very well. And I apologize for my lack of knowledge to not be able to explain it fully. But you could go look on my community tab. I think I listed all of the newsletters, and I can list them all again for you.
It's not disabled, or it's not delayed. Everything is intact. I'm gonna assume you might be curious about January commissions and the process of payout, all of that. So voluntarily, I'm gonna address it, but I hope you don't assume that something has changed, because we did not say anything else. All right. I understand we're approaching the end of the month. Really? Wow. I don't believe it. I have to look at the calendar. But uh, uh, even it's a little bit, tense for us, and not everything in our hand, but everything is, believe it or not, on track for a powerful finish of January. I'm going to be a little bit more open on that. So we've had two merchants who literally kept the money with them and we stopped using them. The first one, apparently they were related with the acquiring bank. Eventually, we took it all the way to the highest authorities in the countries where they operate, and we saw they were playing games, and their game was to make up some false accusations or unnecessary things so they can have a defense mechanism. You understand? But we said this is not our money.
No, I don't understand because you're not being forthcoming with what you're kind of speaking in code there. And we have Marty over there just going, yep, I totally understand, nodding his head. Who here understood what Ash said and what that meant? I mean, I'm sure that we can kind of try to figure it out, but when you are speaking to people and you're the CEO, you need to be forthcoming. You need to be transparent and not speak in such a way where somebody needs to go and get their secret decoder ring to figure out, well, what's the meaning of this? What is he actually saying? Because I always feel like, everybody's having to do mental gymnastics to figure out what is actually being said. And then it's like, well, this is what I thought. No, well, this is what I thought. Well, then maybe it's this. I find that to be a bit alarming when there's lack of clarity. What do you guys think? Do you think that that was perfectly crystal clear, as in Baccarat crystal clear? And, I just missed out. I just don't have the brain power to follow along. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, please, the chat.
We have to get this. Plus, everything they said is false and inaccurate. So this will affect our reputation. We're going to fight for that.
Okay, there's some things in the chat. I'm sorry that I keep on, don't let it go for very long. Okay. Hey, Kanani, how are you doing, sweetie? Scam got scammed is what Kanani said. Joe says Ash wasn't involved in a scam company. Say it ain't so. Monhun comes in with the highest authorities for Stripe would be the U.S. Supreme Court, and he hasn't taken it there. As of last week, ONPASSIVE hadn't even filed a lawsuit in either state. Stripe has legal standing. And went on to, hang on a second, I'll just pull this up. And he continued to say he's just making more excuses for why he can't pay founders their commissions as promised. And I am probably going to not say your name correctly. I apologize before I say it and mess it up. Kuldeep, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry if I totally messed it up. I'm so sorry. Ash is a big liar and cheater. Well, in my opinion, it seems like he opens his mouth, and when he does, a lot of misinformation and lies come tumbling out. Seems like there are things that, well, this is going to happen, then it doesn't happen. And then people forget that he said this, but other people don't. Other people who are tracking things don't forget, and everybody just moves on. Joe doesn't speak or understand Ash speak. And, that's the thing. That's the thing, is that I don't think anybody in the world understands Ash speak. But everybody, like, well, I'm talking about like the founders who were like on panel and everything, will nod as if they do. And in so doing, I would think that kind of gives a signal to people who are watching, the other founders who are watching, like, well, obviously you should understand this because we do. Do you not see us nodding our heads that, yeah, we get it? So that's going to have those other people question themselves. Why are they not able to understand it? So then they become dependent, more dependent up on the three amigos to explain it to them because they're just somehow missing out because they don't understand it. And are questioning themselves, why can't I understand it? I just don't have, the mental capacity to understand the great mind of Ash Mufareh. No, you just don't understand someone who is talking in riddles and circles, in my opinion. Yep, it's like a game of telephone. Exactly. 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 Hey, Kanani, thank you. Good. It's Friday. Yes, it is. I'm so glad you're here. It's always a pleasure to see you. Joe says ONPASSIVE legal team is too busy with other things to file lawsuits against Stripe. I would say that is something that bugs the heck out of me, is that Ash will come along and swing his big stick about how they're being mistreated by a company or individuals or whatever. But then do we ever hear how that's resolved? I don't think I've ever heard anything being resolved or how it's been resolved, what was done to resolve it. It's just kind of like everybody just moves on. Good gravy. Well, we're a whole 11 minutes and 45 seconds into it. Let's just keep on rocking and rolling.
So it's multiple phases process. The first one is to release the funds. And secondly, obviously, we're going to end up, we already, have legal process started. And there is potential, we have to compensate, first of all, those who were affected, maybe the company, number one, the staff and some of our vendors, etc. So we had to solve that. And if you don't understand exactly what I am saying, I cannot be more specific or simplified because there is a legal process going on. Not only that, I think more importantly, it doesn't matter to you. Okay, I just we'll kind of like sum it up with a couple of things. What probably matters to you the most. So what matters to us is we're going to take them, and we are going to succeed. We are going to win, and have hopefully a fair compensation by the highest courts, and we will.
And what is this? We are going to succeed. We are going to win. What does he mean by we are going to succeed? What does that look like? What does he mean by we are going to win? What do you mean by winning? You need to clarify. I mean, he kind of uses these words, these like blanket terms that have been used multiple times in this world. And I feel that people just kind of like grab onto them, like, yes, we're winning. Yes, we're like, without an explanation. And I think they also tend to be like, yes, we are doing all of this and we are just conquering the world. No one's going to hold us back. No one can hold us back. We're the best. We're doing it all. Meanwhile, no one in the tech world has heard of you. or is talking about you because they don't know of you. So I keep finding it a little bit challenging to see how that's going to happen when, like, as far as I know, in tech forums, no one knows your name. And typically, if there's something happening, if there's a new kid on the block, that starts buzzing, especially if they have cooked up some kind of something new, something that's powerful, something that is going to make a difference. That's going to stir up a buzz. But what has this stirred up exactly? Other than a bunch of founders getting giddy each time he speaks. It just is really bothering me that there's no one in the tech world who is aware of any of this, which just seems exceptionally strange, in my opinion.
Decide what to do with that. Personally, I'm not looking for money, but hey, if we want to toss some of our affiliates or the paid members with some of those benefits, as you know, legally they have been delayed to get their commissions. Maybe it's a fair thing. So that's why I cannot get into the details, because it's all legal, and they don't like us to bring this to the public. I'm okay with what I told you. If you don't get it, don't worry. Okay.
Holy crap. Well, this is just frustration central. Why is it that other companies, other CEOs are able to speak with more clarity, but no. This one, nope, can't talk about it. Legalities. So we're going to hide behind that there's legal reasons that I just can't say anything. I just find that interesting. And we'll probably get the amigos just nodding their heads. It's like, why are you nodding? Why are you nodding your heads? What does this mean to you? Do you even know what he's saying? Can you speak sensibly about any of it? Or are you going to just regurgitate exactly what he said? In your own little way, but basically take his words and repeat, because that's typically what founders do, is just repeat exactly what they heard. And that's it. Nobody seems to stop and think, like, does this make sense? How would I go about figuring out if this even is logical? Where would I look? How can I do some independent research on this topic? Because there are ways to do that. And I would encourage you as a founder to do your own independent research and not listen to me, just me. Don't go just like, well, Recovering Hunbot said, don't just listen to me. Do your own research. Don't just listen to what people in ONPASSIVE say. Do your own independent research. And when you find things written, think about, well, who is writing this? What source material do they have? Are they promoting something? If so, what are they promoting? Just start kind of going down your own little rabbit holes and start questioning. That's my suggestion. Just like, when you're in high school and you have to do research. I mean, I'm presuming in high school you still have to do research for research papers, right? You can't just like not do that. I sure hope so. Goodness. And to me, there's something magical about going into a library. It just has this certain smell of knowledge. And that's why I would I was such an incredible nerd in college because I would go and I would spend hours in the library just studying and reading. I loved being in the library. Hence, all the librarians knew me.
uh, plus the our staff that have been working hard and all of that. So everybody affected might have that extra from potentially it's a big money battle. What matters to you the most that the release of our funds is imminent. I know it's the last few days of the month. As soon as that enhanced, we are predicting as of next week to start
Hello,
the
Sonia.
payout process. Again, banks and crypto, perhaps the option now to cancel and resubmit your withdraw request is available as promised. Everything is more I would say convenient to you. I was looking at some of the numbers now. Um, we it looks like we hired over the years uh, and employed about 2,000 employees. I know in the past we've said something, about numbers, and we were questioned about the numbers. But I want to be more specific. Now, this is who we hired. Many have left. Okay, but that is a massive accomplishment to have gone through the process of staffing, filtering, appraising, and some people have been with us from the very beginning, that long time, for nearly 5 years or 5 years plus, and some 4 years, 3 years, and so forth, and some maybe as soon as the last couple of days or so, meaning this month. So
For some reason, I'm finding it kind of cringy. Like some of you've been with us for 5 years plus. I mean, is that something you really want to, draw people's attention to? And I know some people have, but it's not something I would want to keep pointing out. I mean, I just wouldn't. But I did think that devil's advocate, this was quite humorous that you want a bobblehead, a Marty bobblehead for birthday. Because, recently I've thought of like, okay, would you guys want me to ever create any merch? Because I don't have any merch. I don't know about like what would I create for merch, but if you would want me to create merch, what would it be? It's like I really haven't thought of it, but if you would like me to create something, I would be interested to know what that would be you would want me to create. And maybe I'll put a post out about that on the community tab or something. And you reminded me of it, Devil's Advocate. So thank you. Because I was mulling that over the other day when I was walking the Bubby Wumpkin children. And again, I mean, it's like, obviously, I've been on YouTube for a few years, and it's like, I don't have a merch shop because it's like, hasn't been all that important to me. Anyway, let's go back to what this gentleman is saying.
and we continue to do that, and we're expanding in more branches and more regions. So that process is going to take time, or it took time. That explains, why we are here and what, uh, the importance of being equipped and staffed for the vision ahead. Why that many people? Why so many? And why some did not fit in the process, whether the code of conduct and our integrity and spirit and maybe character, and it's okay. So how do we know until we try and go to work and experience the personality? But we are blessed that we have a large number of our incredible, talented staff all across. We are more stable as a
I'm
corporate
eating
everywhere,
him
and
up.
things are
Goodness.
definitely moving in a booming direction. So
Moving
vision
in a
is
booming
absolutely
direction.
incredible.
Goodness.
I mean, for you in a couple of years to be able to pull the 4 pillars I mentioned to you
Okay,
and
that's
have
enough.
a good year lined up for you is just unbelievable. Also having the staff to do that, having the budget, and having the equipment, the properties, and all of that. Now we're I don't know if you get it, but we're getting ready. Not yet,
And
but we're getting
welcome,
ready. Okay,
Ms.
so
Cox. I'm
we're
sorry if
about
I
to start.
mispronounced it.
So, and that's when the fun begins. Also, some of the good numbers that I saw that nobody expect this, but we thought there will be. I need to open that report again. We thought, come on, okay, not this. We thought that, I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to keep saying we thought until I have the file.
I can come up with a hoodie.
Okay. We thought that, are you ready? We will pay about 10 million in the month of January. Okay. At least it will start getting out in the month of January. We're very hopeful for that. But we have roughly 37.3 million. Let me see that. Yeah, 37.3. Say 37 as of today. 37 with a cancellation. If I can round it up, $38 million in bonuses, commissions, and some of the credit that is available till today. Okay, some, a small portion has been paid out. Now the remainder obviously is going to pay, but some is credit is still going to be in the paying and funding wallet. But altogether, say $38 million. Again, we're getting ready. We're getting ready, and that's huge. There are 37. Let me see the exact number. Again, combined till today, the yes, exactly 37,000 withdrawal requests as of today. To be exact, I mean, they're similar numbers, 37. Okay, don't go and divide it. Some people as little as $20 their payment, and some as much as 25,000, per request. Okay, and some have
Wait a
reloaded,
minute.
obviously, for the second
Wait a
time.
minute.
So there's no.
How is there a request for $20? Because first you get 100% and then 25%. And neither of those is going to be $20. So how is it he has requests for $20? I'm confused on that. He did say that, right? Request for $20? It seems odd when there's not a product where you would earn $20 in commission. So Ms. Monhun says, Kanani said 38 million O coins. Lol. And Stracardo, I am going to put that on the list. Not quite so sure what I could come up with, but we can get creative. 38 million would mean a maximum of approximately 297,000 founders would have sold OConnect to someone in their downline. Kanani asked, cash advance? So you're thinking a cash advance for the $20? But if you're asking for a cash advance,
Would you only ask for $20? It seems like, because $20, like if you're asking for it, and let's say that you asked for it last month, and here you are a month later, you're going to need more than $20. It would seem like you would want to ask for more. Let's see. And Ms. Monhung goes on to say, 297,000 founders. You can't request a commission payout unless you have more than 100 O coins. So a $20 request isn't possible. And there's a $20 payout fee. Wait. There's a payout fee. So you have to pay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Before you can get the money that belongs to you, you have to pay a fee to get it. Isn't that lovely? And Louisiana Swamp says, making up stuff as he goes along, as usual. Monhun goes on to say, the $100 payout minimum is clever, since if a founder had another founder in their downline buy OConnect at $93, they can't get a commission. Wow. And Devil's Advocate says, don't add up as usual. Joe says $20, a tip for Ash's hairdresser. And Yogesh, I'm not sure if I said your name correctly, and I am terrible at pronouncing names, so please forgive me. Hello and welcome. Nice to see you here. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thank you for joining. But I just found, like, when he said a $20 request, I can't see how anybody would make a $20 request. It seems like a very odd thing for him to have said, you know? Yes, I have seen the new wording, and it's rather interesting, and I will probably take out the probably. We'll be discussing it. We'll be definitely discussing it, because there's some interesting things within that document. At least I believe there are, in my opinion, you know. Wow, Monhun. Ash is lucky that the founders are worse at math than most boss babe, or he wouldn't be able to keep this going. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Here we go.
No way for you to figure out how many actual payments, okay, and how much exactly. And some people, they barely have enough just to cover the fee, so they're not gonna be able to receive a payment. The $20 fee or processing for I'm talking about the bank. So how many will actually do that? It will be less than 37,000. But this is just the start. 37,000. If we had an easy run without those corrupted two companies, okay, at least two, because there were more, shenanigan in the game.
Again, with the blame always is elsewhere. Anytime anything happens, it's never a problem within something that ONPASSIVE did, that Ash did, that anything. It's always someone else's fault. It's the founder's fault. They didn't understand. They didn't do something correctly. They're misbehaving. There's always a way for Ash to find a way to blame founders. They misbehaved, like whatever that means. And he'll come up with like some kind of story of like, oh, they're terrible. They're bad people. You can't trust them. They're evil. They're this, they're that. This name calling and mudslinging. And it's interesting because oftentimes when there is a misstep in companies, someone will come out and admit to it. And you know what? When somebody admits to an issue, and apologizes for it and then addresses it, that garners more respect and more loyalty. But we're not doing that. We're just always going to point the fingers elsewhere. And I just find that bizarre. I'll just say, I just find that bizarre.
I would say if we had an easy run and they allowed us to focus on rolling out more products and scaling and renewing, we
Exactly.
would have
Asking
been
questions, misbehaving.
definitely at a higher rate when it comes to commissions and the number of
Welcome,
payment
Ron
receivers.
Jan.
So
Sorry if I
by the time we
pronounced
get this
it.
going
Really
now,
sorry.
you could imagine we could cross tens of thousands, potentially, we can get into hundreds of thousands. And definitely I dream in having millions upon millions of earners and payment receivers over the coming years, and that is historical. No company probably would have paid, I can imagine, that many people, beneficiaries that could receive that much compensation, and that many at the same time. So that is definitely realistic to expect. We are making a positive impact financially, plus the use of our products and the collection of our technologies that is guaranteed to do that. I want to thank my team, my partners who are working with us, as you know, nonstop, everywhere. They are as passionate as you are, as myself.
And this whole nonsense about people working around the clock, I mean, that's well, number one, it's not healthy. And that makes it sound like it's a sweatshop. I don't feel like that's a flex. And Monhun continues to bring up some very interesting things. First of all, they say, I know of a few developing countries where legitimate countries could pay these commissions for a fee equivalent to approximately USD of 3 cents per transaction. If OP were legit there, Ash could pocket 1997. Monhun goes on to say, and most businesses factor in processing fees, admin fees, etc., into the cost of doing business. They're not something passed on to clients' customers. I find that very interesting. Well, Ash keeps saying that they're different. So I guess he continues to prove that that is true by how they do things and pass things on and point fingers. Oops. Hang on. There we go.
We are giving it our heart, no doubt. We thank anybody who is involved and putting the effort to progress this amazing vision and push it forward. We're honored, we're proud of what we do and what we will be doing. And lastly, I'm going to say the reason I'm not going to the place that my brother Chris is going to is just simply the food choice. That's a disaster. I'm not going there.
Okay. I have something to say about this. Now, number one, I myself, I do not like buffets. There are people who don't have a problem with buffets. And I ask you, if you've been to these buffets, have you seen the people at the buffets? I've seen things that I don't want to see happening at buffets. And I'm not comfortable with that, nor do I want to eat food after people have been touching different things, not washing hands, sneezing, just I don't know. There's just a whole. To me, it just seems like a germ fest, and I don't care if there's sneeze guards or whatnot. I don't care. Doesn't make me no. Never mind. I don't like them. Two, I don't feel that it is healthy to go to an all you can eat because that encourages people to eat a ton of food. We already have a problem in the US with obesity. And so all you can eat buffets play into that because there's also all kinds of desserts, there's fried stuff. There's in general, it's not like you go to a buffet at the Golden Corral and it's just filled with the most healthy of healthiest food choices. And then oftentimes things have just been sitting there for a while, not very fresh. I mean, it's not something I would choose to go to. However, in this case, for the CEO basically to just trash the plans like this, I think is in poor taste because he's putting them down, in my opinion, for making that choice. And one of the things he is not aware of is people's budgets. How much can people afford to spend to go to somewhere, meet up with other people, and have a chit chat? So that first off bothers me. And there will be more things about this whole thing that bothers me. And for those of you who don't know, I come from a restaurant family, meaning my parents had a restaurant when I was a wee one. It was sold to our manager, and I went to the closing of the restaurant the year I graduated from high school because I was invited. And it was really cool because it was like the same cooks, the same wait staff, the same bartender, like from when I was little, we're still there. And I know they stayed on because of one, how my father had treated everyone. And I know the manager like continued on with that same kind of feel that my father had like laid the groundwork for. And then when I was in college, I put myself through college as a server. And this place that I went, it was that I think the second place that I ever was as a server. I turned in my application and the GM, general manager, looked at it. He was like, are you the daughter of? And I'm like, yes. He knew my parents. So I was hired. And that was just really cool. And that restaurant doesn't exist anymore. Boca del Rio. I love that place. So, and now my husband is the wine director at a restaurant. And it's at a restaurant that I recommended that he go and apply at when he got fed up at another place he was working at. So I've been around like the industry. So I have a lot to say about the things that were said about this. It just bugged the stink out of me. Juanita, hello, welcome. I hope that you're glad to be here because I'm glad to see you. Kanani says, I do like fancy restaurant buffets. You know, Kanani, I will say if it is like at a fine dining type place or like at a nice wedding and, you know, you're going through that buffet line, that's one thing. And I know what you're saying, like at a Mother's Day type thing, something that is like something like that. It's by far much more tolerable because of the quality of everything. But at the same time, I would not expect founders to be able to pay what that would cost per plate, you know? So I'm with you. I don't mind it when it is at a higher price tag, you know? But I don't want to go to the Golden Corral. I mean, my husband knows I'm not going to do a Chinese buffet. I'm certainly not going to do a Chinese buffet. And I'm going to avoid most buffets. But if it is a nice restaurant, like, you know, at a hotel where there'll be like really great brunches or something, because I've been to that, and you go and then like you can get the prime rib and they slice it off right there. You know, that's one thing. But going somewhere where it is known it's just a buffet every single day of the week, no, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let me see. Okay, I'm so glad you guys are talking about the buffet. I'm so glad. um, and Devil's Advocate says if he's Muslim, it would make sense that he wouldn't eat there, but he could just show up to show his face anyway. The food has nothing to do with it. And you are very right about that. You are very right that he could just make an appearance to say hello. That's all it would take is an appearance. And Monhun says, where did it go? We have some really amazing buffets. Every diner wears gloves and masks when getting food. I've seen videos of American and British buffets and don't think I would want to touch most of them. Yeah, you don't. Juanita, hello to you and greetings. Even if it were an upscale buffet in the US, I would run away if I saw a mob of unpassive founders there, mostly because I wouldn't want 100 founders hounding me to join their downline my whole meal. Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. And, and I'm going to get into some things that it just sent shivers up my spine because it's like, oh, there's just so many things that are a problem with this. But I'll just get to it when it happens, and I'll talk about it. All right, let's just continue.
Well, you got some. Wait.
Who made that decision?
Ron,
Come on, are you out of your mind? Do you expect me to go there?
Well, do you have another place?
I may have another too.
Okay, well, listen, all you got to be listen. We're
like,
neighbors.
I prefer to fast. I prefer to go hunting. You're kidding. All right, back to you, Mr. DeGarmo, and I hope this was helpful. I am just so fired up and blown away by what we're able to achieve in a very short time. If you understand what we're doing, you are going to say, really? Okay, this is it. There's no doubt this will be a remarkable year. That's all I wanted to say. So I hope you got a sense of that.
Hasn't he said every year was going to be remarkable? And I do believe there are videos of like Mike Ellis saying that every single year. I'm sure there are. And I'm sure that Ash has said every year is going to be remarkable. And, we're launching soon. There like commissions are coming or something where there's an implication where people are going to be paid soon. And I am upset that here we are close to the very end of January and no one has been able to withdraw funds. And some have been waiting since September. And that just upsets me. It upsets me, especially if people need that commission money to be able to pay for expenses that they have. And that they were thinking that they would be getting it to be able to pay for something. And now it's like they've incurred other expenses because they weren't able to use funds from ONPASSIVE that they earned to pay for something. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm talking in circles here, but it irritates me because I feel like people have just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And all of this should have been worked out and not have been an issue to begin with. I have never seen anything like this happen with any, and I do not buy this stuff about like, well, there's just so many transactions happening all at once. I don't believe that. I just don't.
If you didn't get it all the way, that's okay. But if you got like 1% of what's possible, of the potential, you should be excited. Thank you.
Thank you, Ash. I'll send you the $7.50 later on.
7. Oh my God! Did I get
Look,
a raise?
you did a good job. We're
Or
going
you
to
pay
add a
me
little bit.
advance for the next 25 sessions?
Yeah, I'll make it 10.
Annual package,
Yeah, thank you very much. That was
of
perfect.
course. All right.
Perfect.
How's life? Everything's good?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chris
I
is in
love it.
Florida. I'm happy.
I got bug bites. It's pretty cool in January.
Are you sure?
Mosquito bite. Well, I sit out with my
That's
cousin.
some evidence you're in Florida, yeah.
Oh yeah. I love
I
it.
think that's a state bird, isn't it? Mosquito.
Mosquito.
Yeah, you'll be pleased to know as well, Ash, that I'm traveling again.
That's why you're glowing. I could see.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
in a fancy place. You're definitely in a sunny place. I could tell.
Yeah, you know what they say.
I'm in New Jersey.
Happy life.
Where's that?
I'm today. We're in Grenada,
Today. So yesterday you were in a different place.
St.
Grenada.
Lucia.
Oh wow. Were you hopping on a boat or?
Yeah, we're on a cruise.
How do you do that? Island.
Well, yeah, you sort of you go into a
Island.
travel agent and you just book it.
You turn on the TV and you see the weather.
No. I meant the transportation. Like yesterday and today. Where are you going to be tomorrow? Wow.
Barbados.
Wow. I wasn't way off. So every day in a different place, a different island.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
kid.
Didn't you go to Barbados last year?
Yeah, we did. We met up with some great founders
out there.
Yeah, I did a bit actually. It was a nice place.
Of course,
Really good place. But
well, I understand you're trying to compete with Chris Johnson.
yeah, I know.
Don't try. His fan base is unbelievable. Yeah, I can't.
Do you know something? There's no point in even trying to get anywhere close to how many people want to see Chris Johnson. Probably even more than want to see Ash Mufareh, actually.
Really, it's the gumbo, DeGarmo everyone wants to see. They all think he's in this bus with me. Marty coming? Oh yeah, I'm bringing him. I'm bringing Marty. So that's in a couple more months. April, Marty DeGarmo, but we'll be in this bus. Where we're going, I can't tell you.
That's inspiring. I'm gonna assume Jane is with you.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah, she is.
That's inspiring how you do it. Like you are really good travelers.
We've always traveled. Always traveled, and we don't tend to do much in between the traveling, if that makes sense. We concentrate, we work really hard, we don't go out very much and all the rest of it.
Welcome.
We are passionate about traveling.
How prior to the travel date do you plan it? Like, are you more spontaneous? Yeah.
So, no, we're both actually. All finances are always a major part, but I don't know how it works in the US, but Jane's a whiz on the computer, and she's in lots of forums and finds some amazing deals. So obviously now that we're back in the UK and we don't have so many ties as we used to as far as work is concerned, and we can sort of drop things and go. But this is off the back, if you remember, of the cruise with my parents last year, which was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But the company gave us a lot of compensation for what the errors they made. So here we are.
That's exactly the case with the companies that screwed us up in October and September. Yeah, same thing. So
if it is the one company I think it is, then it's shocking because I think I know which one it was.
The acquirer, yes, yeah, the acquirer is linked. So meaning one solved, it is automatically fixing the other one.
Ren.
Yeah, well,
I'm so sorry.
When I had my business in Spain, I used the same company, and I had some issues with them as well. So I'm not surprised, but obviously the level that you're at is completely different. But it just goes to show.
Public pledge, and you can share with people who they are. But I'm telling you, one of my personal goals is to get them. I don't want to say out of business, but we're going to dominate at least the industry when it comes to that. Because you know me, I don't take fees from people, or as long as I'm able to develop the solution and make sure it's funded and dysfunctional and live. You'll be surprised how much business we'll be able to scoop from the market.
Wait, he just said to develop it and it's dysfunctional. Don't you want your product to be functional rather than dysfunctional? Did I hear something incorrectly? Let me back that up just a wee tiny bit.
Yes, yeah, the acquirer is linked. So meaning one solved, it is automatically fixing the other one.
Yeah, well, when I had my business in Spain, I used the same company, and I had some issues with them as well. So I'm not surprised, but obviously the level that you're at is completely different. But it just goes to show.
Public pledge, and you can share with people who they are. But I'm telling you, one of my personal goals is to get them, I don't want to say out of business, but we're going to dominate at least the industry when it comes to that. Because you know me, I don't take fees from people, or as long as I'm able to develop the solution and make sure, you know, it's funded and dysfunctional and live, you'll be surprised how much.
Yeah. Okay. So basically develop the solution. It's funded and dysfunctional. So you want to have a dysfunctional solution? I don't think that's what he was actually thinking, but that's what was said. And what's odd is we know how, and I'm using this in quotes, well, OConnect has worked for some people, which is, you know, the sound quality, the video quality has been very grainy, very poppy, and there's been issues with all kinds of things. That seems like it never gets fully fixed. I know people have had issues accessing it, being able to log in and access it. Just all kinds of just different things. And I'm guessing that with this new release, these things are supposed to be resolved. And I guess other things as well. So I certainly don't have a list that I'm reading off of, and maybe I should create a list of the issues that we've noticed. That might be interesting to do that, to then see, has this been addressed? What do you guys think? Because, you know, for founders who are paying to use this, and with it not being as perfect as it should be, that makes me angry for them having a product that is not operating as it should. And sometimes how they're not able to use it at all. It makes me angry.
Much business will be able to scoop from the market.
Absolutely.
And that people is included. If you're talking about billions upon billions and eventually trillions, you know, I think that's a game changer. That's why, for those who understand those 4 pillars, that's owning the whole game.
Yes, he is.
Well, we're so blessed to have someone like you at the helm who is as passionate as you are to do these things. And, you know, as far as the acquisitions are concerned, it's a ruthless business, you know, and it shouldn't be just because I'm bigger than you. And unfortunately, that's the game they play.
Well, there's a, you know, a sense of monopoly. Once they reach that cruising altitude, that's it. They get there where they're so big in the market, and lots of businesses and most of the market relies on them. Then they dictate the rules of engagement, if you know what I'm.
It's really funny to hear him talking about monopoly, because he's talking about everything with ONPASSIVE, of having everything under one roof, so to speak. Well, wouldn't that be considered a monopoly? It's like, so is there like a good monopoly? The ONPASSIVE monopoly is good, but this other one, no, that's not good. I'm a little confused on how we differentiate this.
Talking about. So
Yeah.
they it's monopoly, but
They've
same
never
thing
met
with
Ash Mufareh, though, have they?
anyone else. Yeah.
They've never met Ash Mufareh.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said on last Bron and Minu's show, they stink so bad, like a dumpster in the back of a seafood restaurant. That's how bad they smell.
That's
way
about as
too
bad
old.
as you can get. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. No, they know. That's why they were nervous and they made up some stuff, which is more idiotic for them to make it worse for themselves. And they will be exposed. You do something unethical, we're going to write about you.
Wow, it's so interesting to hear this, especially after having read the initial compl- bleh, the initial complaint filed by the SEC and the amended complaint filed by the SEC in November. So very interesting. It's like, again, we can point fingers everywhere else. But when somebody points the finger at you, somehow, they're losers, they're stupid, they're this, like they don't know anything. It's just so very interesting. Oh, pot kettle,
So, with that being said, if you consider a better food option or food choice, all right, you should have brought some food from Michigan.
By the time I got here, it had been a little soggy. It was frozen, then it went hot, then it been frozen again. No idea.
You just keep it out, yeah. So it's like a
Listen, when I went to Georgia,
or a freezer, yeah.
I was at Dr. Bill's house. It's absolutely beautiful, by the way. But Gayling Matthews brought me porterhouse steak ribeyes, and I was kidding. And I just had that porterhouse last night, and it was very good. But the Golden Corral, I didn't want to throw around in their bus.
Okay, so, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name, so please forgive me. Ahuda, I'm Leach is what I'm guessing is how you say the last name, is asking, he has to improve his software first and depending on the users as well. So are you asking if fixing issues with OConnect, that is something that needs to be done? And in so doing, he is dependent upon the founders continuing to purchase the software. Is that what you're asking? Because I'm lacking clarity. I'm not sure I'm understanding the question. Because for founders to earn a commission, my understanding is they need to, number one, be active, which means they need to purchase OConnect. And that OConnect needs to be active. So they need to maintain, whether it's month to month or quarterly, they need to keep buying it. So it's a subscription-based type product. Whether it's a monthly subscription, an annual subscription, a quarterly subscription, that they need to make that purchase. So let me know if what I said, if that's correct. Because I want to make sure that we are able to respond to your question correctly and not, say anything that's not answering what your question is about. Right, the Netflix documentary. I really think there will be something. I'd be surprised if there won't be. Yep. Thank you, Monhun, for saying this. And they always say they don't have to trash talk or compare themselves to other companies because they're superior, always doing what they claim not to do. Yes, because there is a lot of trash talking of other companies, which is always kind of odd. Yes, there's always a problem with OConnect. There seems to always be a problem. There always seems to be an issue with something somewhere. nothing ever seems to be working flawlessly, so to speak, which is one of Ash's, key words. Hey, Jenny Jen, how are you doing, sweetie? Glad you are here. Rajesh, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it because I'm terrible with names. How can we buy the product that is not functioning properly? Well, people have because they knew that they needed to buy it so that if they sold it, they would be able to earn a commission. But what people have seen is that there have been issues. And I myself would have a hard time purchasing a product, finding out that, okay, I'm having issues with it. I would not be able to recommend it to someone else if I'm personally having issues, or if I know other people are, because I'm hearing about it from other people that I know. But some of the problems are too, is that if you bring up that you're having any of these problems, then you're just deemed as being negative. And so it's almost like, well, if you have a problem, then you're just not supposed to talk about it. And I have an issue with that because that seems very unfair. If you're having an issue with a product, you should be able to speak about it. And you also should be able to get it resolved. And it should not take 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24 months for that to happen, in my opinion. Welcome, Lee June. I'm so sorry if I did not say it correctly, but you are from the UK. Welcome. And Dan Singh, I'm not sure if that was correct, but I'm not sure if your emoji is little bunnies or what, but it's cute and it's purple. Thank you very much. That's exactly right. And if you buy the product while it's not functioning properly, how are you going to sell it to customers? And that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, I would never be able to recommend something when I know people are having problems with it, or if I'm having problems with it, or both. I would find it very difficult to be like, oh yeah, absolutely, you should. And then they make the purchase and then they come back to me and start complaining about it. And then they're not able to get a refund or something. It's like, I would just feel terrible about that. I wouldn't be able to do it. I just wouldn't. Sharani, I'm not so sure if I said your name correctly. And Kamlan, everybody, please, let's not use so many emojis. Please, let's use our words to, make comments in the chat. I would appreciate that. And yeah, Mark, this is something about that it is odd. Founders complain the product isn't perfect, but still buy it, hoping new users buy it so they make some commissions. Yeah. And I mean, I would not be cool with that. I in no way would ever be able to encourage people to purchase something that I know other people have issues with or that I have problems with. I would not feel good ethically, because I would feel like a big fat liar if I'm trying to get people to purchase something that I know that has problems. I would not think that that would be good for business. Monhan is speaking back to, I'm just going to say Leach because I can at least say that. So I apologize for not being able to say your name correctly. If you haven't purchased OConnect yet, please wait to do so until all the wrinkles are gone. Let Ash fix things before you put more money into ONPASSIVE. And I agree with that. It's like, you really need to have a solid working product that you can feel good about, that you can feel good about making a recommendation for, and not one that somebody is going to then come back to you and be like, yo, I'm having issues here, because you're not going to be able to fix it. It's putting yourself, I think, in a difficult position, because people will come back to you and then they've lost trust in you. And how are you going to save face when people no longer trust you? So let me go ahead and continue this. We are 32 minutes and 44 seconds into it. So we're about halfway or so into this.
But it's got a lot of good meat. I don't know restaurants around here, but if Ron made reservations, it can hold over 150 people. If you have something better, hey, it has to be able to hold a big bus in the parking lot. Remember that.
Now, if people, especially like Red, or people who understand food, and if I tell them this is the choice, and they're asking if there's something in America that is better, how low is that bar? You know that restaurant, the exotic place you showed me once, food art, I forgot the name, Red, in...
But people from other countries are not flying in to go to this event. This is people who are like from the area in general that would go to this event. And people also know what the price point is for Golden Corral. And also, again, thinking of budget, they chose a place that is not going to break the bank. It is, quote, reasonably priced. And I'm glad to know that it sounds as if to me that somebody contacted this place in advance to let them know on this day there will be a party of X number of people coming here to eat, because a restaurant needs to be prepared for that. You can't just show up and go, yo, we're 150 people, 200 people, and show up at a restaurant, because that would be incredibly rude, because there's no restaurant on this planet that can just absorb that many people on the fly.
In the UK. Okay, so there's that level, and there's a middle one, nice, reasonable, upper scale dining, and there's dirt, and there is another
and then
level.
there's the Golden Palace.
And there's that level that they're talking about. I apologize if I'm brutal. He's not even with us. But that's how America's having health issues. So we're going there, but not for the food.
Rob Gorman's on the phone. He said, where do you want us to go? Just give us a place. He's from Florida. He should know. Rob, where do you got?
St. Pete has much better food.
St. Pete?
St. Petersburg, yeah, where he lives.
There's other places in Orlando.
Well, we just went with Orlando because it's central of everything.
And Ezekiel, I was listening to a test of OConnect, I believe it was last night, and I heard the audio of how terrible it was. It was just like popping and crackling. That's an issue.
Miami, 2-3 hours. Tampa, 2-3 hours. Fort Lauderdale. There's people coming from every part of Florida and out of state. So I don't know. He's Googling right now, as you can tell, looking for something good. Ron Hobart.
Tell him to look in Orlando. There's other places similar to Golden Corral with a little better food. That's all he was saying, I think.
Yeah. Pastor Tony wants to cook our gumbo. I'll take that one. Really good. All right, Rob.
Hey,
thank you, brother.
No, I've been in Orlando for a while. I don't have to check, Chris. So that's not what I'm looking at. And so I kind of know where the good stuff, acceptable stuff, or where the bad stuff is.
Well,
Hi, Mufareh.
Hello.
Hi, Chris Johnson.
Shorty. How much you pay that kid to say my
He's
name?
growing.
$7.40.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear the nicknames I have for you. I'd be in trouble.
He just walked in. Was he out?
He just got home from
Got
school.
the jacket on, right?
Well, give
Nice.
me. Ash, are you not going to give me anything?
Oh man, no, forget it. But the place that you're going on is. Are you going for the food? No.
I'm
So
going
if
for
they're
the
going
people.
for Chris Johnson, that is enough. Yeah.
That's a different story, but I'm going for the people.
If you're going for the food, you couldn't pick
Yeah, I mean,
worse.
we could get it to 150 people, so that's really what it's about, really.
That's I don't know if you know. Being unhealthy is a commodity now. We could work in that industry. But it looks like people are feeling okay now. They said, yeah, let's screw up the year from the beginning. It's still January.
Hey, Johnny.
Well, I'm going to be in Florida.
Why
for a
wait
little
until
while, so
December?
I'm going to be in Florida for a little while. I'll have to shop around, see what's out there.
You're going to heal here.
Oh man, I tell you what, whew, it's weird for me to be in January. I walked out today basically with just a pair of shorts on, take my dog out, and it's like, oh man, where's the cold and snow? I was loving that part of it. It's really nice. So
Yeah, we had one of the coldest 2 weeks. I think Ron can tell you. It was brutal.
who are you talking to? I know I drove through it all, every state.
No, I mean in Florida,
Yeah.
which is record cold for us. Yeah.
They had to put their mittens on, right?
mean-
They shut schools down because it was cold.
You know, Russian, they call it balto, that big long coat, balto,
Yeah.
and shapka. Yeah. Is that what you call it, DeGarmo?
That was a trivia question.
That big, like, you remember Gorbachev?
Yeah. They got wool coats that'll stand up by themselves. No joke. That's how thick they are. Really.
That's the furry hat that they wear. Yeah. I mean,
That's the coldest place I've ever been.
it does work, by the way.
Ever.
Yeah,
Well, you're welcome to meet us in the parking lot, Ash. I'll bring you like some toothpicks out there and you can lick
I'll
them.
see what's left in the house. I'll bring you a box of like some healthy stuff, but
It'll be too late. Yeah.
Charity.
He'll be contaminated already.
I mean, buy a bag of peanuts, maybe healthier.
A bag of peanuts. Don't do that because now everyone's going to bring a bag of peanuts.
Steamship, this is from the most recent 360 this past Wednesday. This is the portion where Ash was talking, where he popped in.
I guarantee I'm going to leave with a truckload full of peanuts. I
Or
guarantee.
something healthy. I mean, they can buy
No sugar.
fruit,
Can't have sugar.
dates. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Something
you-
that can, it can last long. I'm telling you, that place stinks. Yeah, it stinks.
I tell you what, I got Ron, don't get your feelings hurt. It's okay. A girl named Ara that I met in Georgia, she brought me this tea. It's actually really good. And I noticed since I've been drinking it, my sugar's even gone lower. And I don't take any sugar medicine. I took myself off all medicines, and I've been drinking that for 2 or 3 days now. And my sugar levels went right. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So I'm enjoying that part of it.
So
Got
what
a lot
is
of
it?
it. It's called, hold on. It's called Kraken or something tea. Hold on.
Oh, it's tea. Okay.
Yeah, I don't got to go that far in this house. It's
I'm going to drink everything called Kraken.
Hey, no.
You have a shadow in the background. Somebody's robbing you there?
No.
Put it up. Put it up. Oh, okay. Wow.
Very good. No, I'm sitting at my kitchen table for once. I had all the stuff that I was giving to my cousin for my grandma's, all her paintings and stuff.
Steamship,
So
no,
I brought her a whole bunch of them because she loved.
They have
she loved
not been
paintings.
paid.
So I just now got my kitchen table.
Do you remember the restaurant last time you threw up in? Yes, when you were a baby. Uncle Chris is inviting you there. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is that where he got sick?
He will never go there. If you shoot him, he will not go there.
Well, we'll set up another private place for the kids. I got a couple of things for those kids, so they have to at least come in here and see it, and I got to give them their presents.
You don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to, but I
Is
want
it
it.
a cage?
No, it's a reinforced cage with some rubber so they don't bounce their heads off, and it has a leash that goes to your back pocket so you can just drag as you walk, so they stay close to you. A cage.
They have blast.
Yeah.
Bella's with you, right?
Yeah, she's out cold behind me. I'm on the couch right now.
Perfect.
She's been actually fun because
In a bikini?
no, not in a bikini. Not in a
We're
bikini.
in Florida.
Well, my cousin has 2 dogs almost similar to her, and we didn't know how they get along. They're both and they're having the time of their lives. They're having a blast. So
So
got
you're on the Atlantic Ocean now, or in the?
I'm in what they call Scottsville or Mimi's, Florida. Scottsmore.
Are you sure?
Oh,
the right
Titus. I'm in Titus.
Oh, Titus. Oh, yeah, you're close to Cape Canaveral. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember I sent you that video of my cousin
It's close to
watching the rocket?
NASA, Red.
Yeah. I could go down. I get on the golf cart. I go down about 500 feet and then a mile that way, and I'm looking right at the space shuttle stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember I sent you the video?
That's good for RVs. Yeah, there's plenty of space for you there.
But
Yeah.
this is her second property now. This is 3 acres. They're
Yeah.
building a big house, and this way back here they got their garage and all their shops set up back here, and their motorhome and all their toys. But they're in the process of selling their other home, which is last year where I stayed in I can't remember the name, Smirnow or what?
Yeah.
I can't
Smyrna.
remember. I'm terrible with names, but
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Indian River there. There are a couple of good spots, believe it or not, for fishing.
yes,
If you have the
right
rod
here
with
I can't redfish, but you're not allowed to. What did he say? You can't keep them or something. I can't remember what he said, but I can catch fish all day long.
Release. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's fun.
Because I'm going to go to this. I'm going to
Watch
this
the launching schedule. If there's
Monday.
anything launching,
Monday.
there's something launching. You can
Monday.
see it. Yeah.
Monday.
Day
Yeah,
or night.
It'll be down
Day
there
or
at nighttime, I think.
Chris, you're actually in
Full
Scottsdale.
moon, it will be
That's
so
more,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I could see right across the river there, and you
Yeah.
can see the big building, and then to the left is the rocket launches.
Can you sniff something there? Can you see if you smell something?
Salt there, salty air. We don't have smell-o-vision. Yeah, ask.
If it's stinky, that's a restaurant you're going to.
You know, Ron Hobart's probably going, what did I even do this for?
You know, there's a city in Northern California called Gilroy, next to San Jose,
Kilroy.
also known as the Garlic City,
Mhm.
or for short, Stinking City. It is a fact. It is a fact. So every year, I think like in March or so, they have a garlic festival.
Nice.
Everything is garlic.
Oof.
Not going to believe this. The biggest line in the festival, look it up. It's the ice cream, garlic ice cream
Really?
line. I've never tried it because it stinks so bad.
Yeah, garlic's healthy.
They say if you want a grilled steak the next day, all you have to do is you don't have to marinate it. Just hang it from the window for the next day. You'll be fine. It will taste garlicky. It is a garlic city. Yeah, Gilroy. Look it up.
Gilroy's. Any Gilroy's in? Well, see, Orlando was 1 hour 9 minutes for me drive. Some people 2 or 3 hours.
You're going to Southwest Orlando, which is next to Disney. America decided not to offer good food there because most people are, travelers, and tourism is just.
Well, the
what
guy
they
that
look
lived
for.
here for how many years? Well, he fixed
So
it
they
out.
don't care about reputation. They know it's a one transaction. You're gonna just eat,
It's
pay your
12
money,
bucks.
get the hell out of here. Happy, unhappy, we don't care. You're never gonna come back anyway. Yeah.
It's a $12 buffet. It's pretty cheap.
Well, it's not meant to feed America healthy food. It's like for
Right, yeah.
foreigners. We're gonna package the leftover, just heat it up for you, warm it up, and charge you $12.
So you want me to bring you some leftovers?
No, that restaurant is the leftover of actual food.
I feel real bad right now. It's okay, folks. Come one, come all. We're gonna have a ball. Don't matter. You don't have to eat. You can hear his kid already got sick in there, so he was talking about the desserts. I heard they got really good meat though, and I'm a carnivorous. So, right, Marty? Lots of meat.
Yeah, make it. I mean, the good news. It's a spacious parking lot where you're going to.
Yeah.
And make it potluck, so everybody brings their leftover from 2023.
I tell you what,
Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna tell you what. In Georgia, everyone brought something to eat, and I'm talking
So when did you go to Georgia? Isn't it like 2 days ago?
2 days ago, I think. 3
So you
days
just
ago.
finished and drove
I
down?
got in and I took off. I drove a couple hours, found a rest stop, pulled in for the night, slept, and then woke up and took off again. After each live every morning we do at 10 o'clock, I leave right after that. So it works out pretty good. It's fun. It's sometimes a little crazy. It's sometimes a little nervous because it's brand new for me driving through the mountains.
Yeah.
I was terrified because I didn't realize it was 2 lanes. And they
So
have
0 miles, right? You got it brand new, right?
brand new, little guardrails in the mountains. The semis come by you and they suck you in and suck you out. So in the mountains, you got 2 hands on the wheels at all time. Now, when I got into these 4-lane highways, it was so much fun. This is like driving a big go-kart. It's a lot of fun, actually. Sometimes I got in some pretty bad spots, as Marty knows. In the back Tennessee mountains there, we got lost a little bit, but that was kind of crazy. Marty's fault, of course, but it's fun, Ash. I'm not kidding. I'm having the time of my life. It is fun. I'm almost situated here. I got to put a few more things away, and then I got to wash this up because it's dirty from all the snow and yuck I've been traveling. And then Saturday, I hope I'll have it nice and shiny, and everyone can get pictures by it, and we can eat that crappy food and come out and take a picture with the RV. So,
Well, if you don't know, Friday is a national holiday in America.
what is it? Marty DeGarmo's birthday.
Ah,
Oh,
you
come
got
on. Yeah, you couldn't get through the show. I could have shut this down. I'm the host.
You know,
D-Day. D-Day.
Night, Mark.
you know, he
Thanks for
put me
being
in the
here,
corner
sweetie.
on our lives.
DeGarmo's days.
He set me back in his room. Now, Minnow Miller,
DeGarmo's days.
she has been advertising it every single day since last Sunday.
She's lucky she's a lady.
Manu.
Oh.
She's been advertising Marty's birthday Friday the 26th.
Yeah.
Be there.
Call
at-
it DD, okay?
Yeah, DD.
DeGarmo's Day, yeah.
I can think of another word, but it's okay. We'll talk about that later, Marty.
National Day.
64 years old. As Dawn says, not his size, not his height, his age, 64. She says. And 9 o'clock, Ash, you are invited to
Of course.
to come on and say happy.
As
I
long
heard
as
you-
I bring my own food, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
There's no food at that one, but I heard you could sing happy birthday real good to Marty DeGarmo. I'd like to see that one. First time ever. Nah, maybe better not.
Please. Yeah.
He's all excited, really.
No, I'm not. Really.
How do you feel?
I got it cut back, though. It was at 7:30, and I got around to go to.
Yeah.
So go to 10, 11, 12.
Minnow is like a crazed advertiser. She's putting it out there.
Oh,
So you're 59 or 60? Which year?
60. What year was born?
Yeah.
60.
60. Wow, time flies.
Yeah, even if you're not having fun.
You're
Have you ever complained to God?
No. Actually,
Like he made you
I'm
so
healthy.
perfect, like he didn't leave
I'm
any
healthier
work for
than
you?
I was when I first got ONPASSIVE. Can't beat that.
We're
That's
blessed.
That's a true statement.
Wow.
Someone told us that we have to be in the best shapes of our lives. So, and now I'm taking 150 people to the worst restaurant in the world. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, he's gonna kill
Well,
him.
What's bothering me that you got the name Florida and you're gonna have ONPASSIVE associated with it.
No. Listen,
So
we'll change it.
138 of them are gonna say, "Is this the best they could offer?" I'm leaving the
ONPASSIVE,
company.
ONPASSIVE, Florida, and diarrhea. That's a horrible, horrible story.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, this is.
Well, we'll have to put our minds together. So all you people, I would like to keep it central in Orlando. If
I wish you consider
I will
a
consider it.
better food option. Yeah.
It's only Wednesday. It doesn't end till Saturday.
No, but the thing is, you got to look for enough people. I'll tell you what worked out with Bill. When everybody brought something, wasn't that cool, Chris?
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh, was it a lockpot? Potluck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Bill said bring food if you want, and boy, he had a spread. It was just a nice spread.
So they brought home food or catering?
Home food? No. They cook. People cook this
Gumbo, chicken.
gumbo, barbecue chicken. There was all kind of desserts. Of course, I couldn't eat the desserts, but first gumbo I've ever had was by Pastor Tony. It was
Did
very
you
good.
like it, by the way?
How
I
many?
loved it. I loved it. But guy said I made you something special, and of course he remembers the barbecue thing we always do. I thought it was eggs, but he made barbecue chicken. Was very good. One guy made me breakfast sausage, and they were so tasty. He said, "Now slip this one into the bus. Don't let anybody see it." But it was just nice, man. Not nice people. Georgia really, it was exciting. I'm not kidding you. Dr. Bill's house is absolutely gorgeous, but where he lives is gorgeous. Just
Oh,
drive.
wait until you go to Idaho.
What's in Idaho?
I'm hitting on you.
It was very nice. So, but we went from Dr. Bill's palace to the Golden Corral. Come on, I was trying to fit in with the theme. I don't know.
Oh my God! Now you're saving their business. Now you're putting a marketing
Well, maybe-
statement for them.
Well, don't they have seafood? I heard they have seafood there. They have seafood?
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
it's from a
Yeah,
tank,
they
not
got
from the
those.
sea for sure.
What was it, last week's catch or what?
It's from the freezer.
Not
They
from the
catch it in the
sea.
freezer.
$12, Chris. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's lunchtime. It's a little bit more at dinner time, I guess.
yeah. They call it F seafood.
Have seafood.
Frozen. Don't go too far. Frozen
No.
seafood.
Yeah, Bad Ron was going nasty right away.
Well, I'm just trying to think that if honestly, I'm sure people like that restaurant, but if someone has a different way, I know Ron Hobart went a lot out of his way and did a lot of it. But if you know somewhere that's has better food than what Ash is talking about,
It sounds like anything is better than there.
I told you the 3 levels, and then
It's boom, 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 bottom, and then somewhere deep in the core of the earth.
No, everyone's texting me.
it's shocking that you're thinking if there is something better.
Well, I don't know. I don't know Florida.
You could throw
So
a dart in the air and get better.
You don't know the brand?
You have different brands here. In my Michigan, we have some of the greatest steakhouses in the world, I think. I don't
Well,
know.
first of all, the demographic, age category for that place. All right.
You know, I really can't believe that we're sitting here spending all this time talking about where the hell they should or should not eat. Number one, we're talking about something that's happening in just a few days. Number two, there are a lot of chain restaurants, and there are a lot of places in many cities across the country that have great steakhouses. Well, most all of those places are not equipped to handle a party of 150 to 200 people because they're small. So they're just not really built for that. There are some restaurants, such as where my husband works. They're known to be able to handle those sort of things because there's people that do buyouts, which if you don't know what a buyout is, they literally like buy the restaurant for the night. So nobody else comes in because the restaurant's paid for the entire evening by whoever purchased it. And all the staff is there. Wherever you go, you need to make sure you have plenty of staff to be able to handle that. Not every restaurant can do that. It would not be prudent to expect somewhere like Saltgrass or, oh, what's the other one? Saltgrass and Outback. Those are two, like steakhouse type chains. Neither of them, in my opinion, are equipped to be able to handle that because they still would be taking in street traffic. And it'd be very hard to accommodate a very large party and people just coming in who just want to grab a quick meal because they are pretty quick. I think that'd be awkward. But there are places that they could find, and someone who lives in the area, and I'm guessing Ron is from the area, he would know. And they would determine, well, what is the budget per head? Is it 12? Is it 15? Is it 20? Is it 25? Come up with something of like what people would be paying. That's all I have to say about that right now. But it's possible to be able to find something because they're making it sound like I don't know. The way they're talking about it is just so bizarre. And I don't know why Ash has to even talk about it. Because they are spending more time talking about this than they are things that founders like are interested in, such as, are we going to need to pay for OConnect on February 1st? We don't know because you haven't told us. Will we be able to pay for OConnect with commissions earned? We don't know because you haven't told us. And we don't know if what's going to happen with the wallets. I just feel like there's a lot of things that have not been explained and that are more important than talking about what restaurant and why which restaurant on Saturday. You know what I mean? A lot of energy being put into that versus things that founders really want to know about and have questions about, but they dare not ask for fear of being reprimanded, for fear of losing their foundership position, being ostracized by someone, because I'm quite sure that there's plenty of founders who have questions about those things. But they just sit back and don't say anything more out of fear than anything else is my guess, because they've seen how other people have been treated. They've seen like posts that maybe I don't know, Tanya has put in on Passive Nation.
The children are 70 plus. The parents, the parents and the grandparents. That's where they meet up.
Well, actually the potluck would be fun. I just don't know where people would want to go to.
Red,
You'd have to have a room.
make
Yeah.
sure you always have a couple of nuts. I mean, any food in your pocket in case you end up in that place. Don't do it. Even if you die, man, you would
Chris,
die
you're going to
clean.
get blasted
We
after
would.
this.
I know. I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get killed. I know it.
I love it.
Well, let's put it this way. First of all, how do you evaluate a place? Red. Okay, we're talking to a chef right now and a food expert. At least we call him that here. All right. So the first thing. Okay, the atmosphere.
The first thing I'd always look for is do my
Loud,
feet,
angry, because people are fighting on the food. Okay.
do my
Second,
feet stick to the carpet?
the smell. It is.
Oh.
Yes. The smell is incredible. Food is sitting there. They warm it up on warmers, like it sits there for hours. They go for the lowest quality of the food, whether it's frozen or whatever it is. But they have to buy it by the bulk. What do you expect? All you could eat shrimp, steak. What else do they offer? Yeah, and fish fillet maybe. Okay, at $11. Now, service-wise, they go to some rehabilitation places in America, and they find people who might heal if they go to that place. They're not paying attention.
Now, wait a minute. I got people saying, "I don't know. It's really good food. It's really good food, Chris."
All right. So
Who do I believe?
it's who you attract. Yeah. Well, you were just talking about how good is Georgia's food.
Well, it wasn't the Georgia food. The people that cooked the Georgia's food that was really
Yeah.
good. Home base is, always great. Yeah.
I'm gonna go there and make a video and just send it to Red and well, the texture is rubbery a little bit, chewy.
How many times have you been there?
I was there for an experiment once and it failed.
Didn't you get?
We walked away with a sick boy. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you get like some company years ago invite you there for like an interview or something, and it was horrible?
It was what's the other place? A hibachi place.
Oh yeah, how about you?
It's not.
Hibachi grill.
Yeah, it's more like that, not that one. I would imagine the one that is suggested. I'm trying to avoid the name. Is much worse than where we went, and it was $10 where we went. But at least you can upgrade.
Hey, this is a general announcement because I have noticed there's a lot of emojis coming through. Please use your words as a form of communication and not emojis. If you are going to use just emojis, you will be put in timeout. You may be banned from the chat. Don't just come in here and use a whole bunch of emojis. Use your words to communicate, please.
There's an option to have an upgraded item.
And what did your son get sick of? The dessert?
Just from the smell and walking there. I'm not kidding. No kidding. You think I'm joking, Red? You better trust me.
I do, Ash. I know what your
preference.
culinary desires are, and I have to say you're painting the perfect picture of what I imagine a lot of eateries in the US are.
Well, there are better places. Yeah, I will if I see you one day.
Oh wow! For Red to say that Ash is painting a picture of what Red thinks most eateries in the US are, that is way off. Way off. Not even close. Most are not like that at all. That really kind of makes me upset to hear that that's how he envisions most restaurants to be? Well, Red, my friend, you'd be wrong. You'd be very wrong. There's many places I could take you to just in Houston that are nothing like that.
I know
Yeah.
where to take you,
Texas roadhouses in
and I
Florida?
guarantee you to impress you.
Well,
Because
you have Texas roadhouses in Florida?
Roadhouse, no,
Texas roadhouse. We got great
but there
steak.
is
No, but you're naming like fast food
That's not a fast food.
franchises.
Texas
No, but
do
it kind
Brasil.
of is.
That's
kinda
a
is.
brand. You have that in London, maybe. Texas do Brasil. It's in
No,
in Dubai.
I've not heard of that one.
And food, it's Portuguese, Brazilian. Fogo de chão. Fogo
No,
de
I'm not-
chão.
Yeah, that is a chain.
Yeah, look that up. I mean, well, I just don't want to be sued because I could show you the picture now, okay? And it's a fact, yeah. But
Well, you just have to come in.
I want to mention something. The place is one thing. Even an average place, if you have connections, if you really build relationship and they respect you and they know your preference, you could up their game, at least for you. And I'm not going to take you to a place that I want to test or try or that.
But what you can't do is 3-4 days before an event is expect that place where you know someone for them to be able to staff an event that quickly, because you don't know if they already have another party or how many other parties they may have that night, or if they have enough staff to be able to cover that. You don't plan a party of 100, 150, 200 people 3-4 days in advance. That typically needs to be planned months in advance. And the menu needs to be decided upon. There's a lot of decisions that go into all of this. And it's not just a few days, not even if you know them. Like where my husband is the only time where there are things that are bent in terms of the unwritten rules are for XXXXPs, because there's like the VIPs, but there are some people that are beyond just VIP. There's different tiers of VIPs where they will find a way to do certain things. But there are times when they just can't, especially when another party has like bought out the entire second floor. They can't manufacture more space downstairs. Plus, they would not take up the entire downstairs for something else when they have other reservations down there for other parties, small parties like a 10 top, a 6 top, a 4 top. That's not going to happen. I mean, there's just more that goes into this. Ash doesn't know restaurants, so he is not talking about something that's realistic.
There have been an injury there, okay? I'll take you to a place that we've tried and been happy with, and we have relationship where when we walk or have reservation,
Absolutely.
we order what we want, okay? So I will make sure you will enjoy something different.
Well,
Now, Florida is not the best place, or at least Central Florida. Yeah.
well, the key is we got 100 plus people, so
Yeah.
it's not easy to get 100 plus people in a restaurant. You know, that's the hardest part.
Thank you, Chris.
Definitely.
They opened up the doors for us, so.
But that area, if I could show them the map, that area is, to me, like, make sure you always have some extra snack in your car just in case you get hungry in that area.
Pepto Bismol.
You know, it's exactly where all the theme parks are, and it's very trafficy, congested.
Yeah.
By the highway, obviously, and definitely it is a place to avoid. This is where you never want to eat in. I'm talking about the whole area. There's not one place you should try that in that area. I think it's a safe place for failing restaurants. You go there, there's no standard.
Right.
To go to a failing restaurant?
They set a very low standard and fail to achieve it.
Exactly.
Where's Ron Hobart? I'm looking for him.
No,
What is that place called? It used to be very popular, but it's like it's a chain, and you can like play games there, and you can also like buy food. I want to say Ben and Jerry's, but that's ice cream. Dave and Buster's, that's it. Somewhere like Dave and Buster's, where you can go and do something, have an activity. Contact Dave and Buster's, go there. Something like that, I think, would be great because they could mingle. Somebody put in chat about going to a big pub so they could mingle rather than like a sit down dining type thing. And yeah, I think that's a great idea. Hence, Dave and Buster's, something like that, where there's activities for adults. Because, some people might decide like, I really kind of want to do something. I don't want to sit here and be captive at the table. They might want to do something else. Or there might be a few people that maybe you want to like break off and just like talk to those people. Well, if you have an activity to do, you can go do that together and chit chat with each other. What do you guys think?
You know what insulted me the most is like, if you have something better,
Jeez.
we can change it.
We can change it. You just got to
Like,
give
he's so confident it's a good place.
Bucky's.
He did it on the last second whim.
I mean, if somebody tells you today's news today, like, he's obviously a good marketer. He sold you.
Well, can we do a
Can you imagine Ron right now, Chris? Oh my God.
That's
he's like,
Rob. Rob chose it, or
oh,
Rob?
Rob, even Rob.
Rob's
Ron?
calling right now again. Hold on.
Oh God.
Who here knows of Bucky's? Now, I know Louisiana Swamp knows of Bucky's because of their proximity to Texas. I don't know are there Bucky's in Louisiana? Because I know Bucky's is all over Texas, and it is a Texas company, and they treat their employees very well. And Bucky's is a great place. If you are on a road trip, stop at a Bucky's. They have incredible things there. I want to say it was a couple of years ago. We stopped there, and I think it was when my husband's parents were still in an apartment. They went to an assisted living place, and his father passed away since then. But they had fudge, all kinds of different flavors of fudge, and I picked out different flavors of it. And I took that too. That was one of the things that we brought for their parents. I knew his mom would appreciate it. And I got some for, us too. And, oh my gosh, it was delicious. But they have like all kinds of things that are made fresh there. It's not like your regular kind of truck stop, like Love's or something like that. It's like beyond that. You can get barbecue there. You can get all kinds of stuff. It's all fresh. It's amazing. But I would not want to have Bucky's have people from ONPASSIVE come and inundate that place. But Bucky's is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It is a giant gas station, kind of something like that. Monhun, sort of like that. Sort of like that. So you were, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to say your name correctly. Arwa Salem. I'm so sorry. You were not able to join on OConnect. This is a recording of just the Ash part from the ONPASSIVE 360 on Wednesday. And I'm just going back through it and reacting to some of it. And so you may not be familiar with what I told people earlier, is that I am from a restaurant family. My husband is a wine director in a restaurant. I put myself through the college going to as a server. So a lot of things to say about things that were said about like how they were planning this whole thing, because it was disturbing to me. And thank you, Joe. Yes, it is a replay, but just of the part with Ash.
People buy Buc-ee's souvenirs. Yep, when they are there. Yep, it is. You can go to Buc-ee's and spend a lot of time. They also have very clean bathrooms. So if you are on a road trip and you see a Buc-ee's, because I'm always fearful of bathrooms being just grody and just nasty. But if there's a Buc-ee's, I know those bathrooms are going to be clean, and that's always important to me. I think I told you guys before, like as a child, when my parents would take me to different restaurants, I had to go to the bathroom, not always because I had to pee, but I wanted to see what it looked like. And I also had to wash my hands because I've always had this thing and still do. My hands have to be clean. I'm like always making sure that I wash my hands. Okay, and now back to the video.
Rob, go ahead.
I mean, the next best thing that a former cop can invite you to is Dunkin'
Donut shop.
Donuts. Yeah,
Yeah, donuts on the side.
and that would have been safer.
Yeah, but Texas Roadhouse is not going to hold 150 people.
Oh yeah, they will.
Not all at the same time. So
I don't know, but that's another option. Texas Roadhouse.
I'm ready to just tell everybody to go to a park and Marty, pull up the poll thing. Let's use our product.
Go to the park. Wait a minute. Go to a park and have people bring potluck.
Do a poll on
Yeah.
here. Who thinks we should do potluck? Do a poll. Come on, let's use our product.
You've been bossing me around for a week.
People are going to find from Bangladesh and India now about
The what, Rob?
because
Don't
you
do it
want
here.
the people that are going make a session with them. Yeah.
Well, they're coming from Miami. They're coming from all over the place. So,
I mean, there's parks all over there. You could go and get a
well,
couple
okay. Let me ask you.
Miami has more food. They could bring some. Yeah.
There you go. That's even better.
Is there a park?
Yeah, there's
Park and bring potluck.
parks we could do something.
Yeah, I think if we can get a park, and I mean, people got enough advance notice to if they want to bring something, they don't have to, but they can always stop at the Golden Corral and pick up a bag of food.
Yeah, there's nice parks near there on the water too.
I don't know about what the water. There'll be bugs all over the place, but all right, let's.
All right, well, there's parks. There's parks all over Orlando.
Yeah. All right. We'll
Listen. When you're checking out from 7-Eleven next time or any gas station, there's a hot dog box there. Just grab a couple from there. Yeah.
Now, if I could bring you don't like pork, so I would do a whole pig roast. Would be really fun, actually. I know you don't like pork, so I'd have to bring like special little sauce.
Okay, now I will say I was in agreement with as my husband will eat hot dogs from a gas station. Myself, no, I'm not getting near those things. But if they're from Buc-ee's, I know they're fresh. I have no fear. But anywhere else, you don't know how long those suckers have been there. And most of the time I look at them, it's like, looks like rubber to me. Don't want to touch them. I don't know why my husband likes them and can endure them, but he does. However, the man has gotten smart because he doesn't eat them around me. I think he's learned not to. He knows better now.
Sausages for you that they think it's pork.
Yeah, we don't eat pig, but we eat like pigs.
Yeah. Tuna sandwiches. I'll bring you some tuna sandwiches, minus the sugar and the salt and all that stuff. But we'll think of something. I'll let you know. All I got to do. It's not like I'm far from you.
I hope DeGarmo is able to cut this off from the public. We don't want to get sued by the worst dine-in place in America.
All right, bye, Rob.
I vote for that.
I'll cut all this. I'll cut all this off anyway.
Yeah,
I'll cut all the way
when I
off.
came in, just cut.
Right when you came in, I'm gonna knock it off. Yeah. Yeah. Then I don't owe you the $7, so we're good.
Yeah, what did he say? I heard Chris is bringing everyone to a place to poison us all.
No, I'm genuinely concerned about your health. All of you coming to that place, unless it's changed.
And I'm trying to find Ron. He's not answering. He's not. He's hiding.
So you're talking to me and Red here about food, and you're going to consult with.
Well,
Ron?
no, but he's the one that made the
Former
appointment, so I feel bad about that. I feel bad about that.
What do you feel bad about?
Well, he made the appointment. He went out of his way.
Well, he doesn't cook the food, and he doesn't own it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're actually saving his back, yeah. So because people are gonna, I'm not taking any credit in this.
Yeah.
or liability.
He's gonna change. He's gonna change.
I
name
care
of
for
his
the health
company.
of our people. Seriously.
I really believe you on that. Honestly, I do.
I mean, you are what you eat. And if you feed them, I apologize, trash, then
Yeah.
that's how they're gonna feel afterward. Yeah. Oh, here's the thing: people are gonna drive from Miami. God forbid somebody get into a car accident after that, and their last meal was that meal.
Yeah,
No.
Chris, you should be ashamed.
No,
I got.
no, he's not responsible. He should be thankful. He should be grateful. I'm saving
People are
his.
saying it might rain. You can't do it outside, and I will come up with something better. What do I
But
tell?
you don't have to do Saturday.
The Brazilian open buffet is much better. If they like the open buffet concept.
They're saying let Ash pick. Let Ash pick. I said he won't.
He
Yeah,
just
no
did.
doubt. And I can make a phone call. They would treat you right. Yeah.
Oh, okay, make the phone call, please.
But it's not going to be $10, okay?
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Just send me the information. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And then you make the phone call. Saturday, 12
No,
o'clock.
you tell me. Yeah.
Saturday, 12 o'clock.
You're going to be treated like kings and queens. But if people agree, because it's a higher, but you could meet there, and for food, you could go to another place.
Is it like a no? But if the place you're talking about, is it like a big place we can hold a lot of people, or?
Oh yeah. It hosts for conventions, so forth. Yeah.
Oh really? All right. Well, hook a brother up. What's the matter with you?
Let me see if they pick up.
This is your CEO, guys. Just to let you know, caring about what we eat.
Oh, for that matter, I'm concerned about what you shouldn't eat.
This is interesting.
How you doing, brother?
Good, how are you, man?
Oh, fantastic. Listen, I have a group of 150 people in town on Saturday, noon to 3. Can you accommodate that?
How many people?
100 to 150.
Yes, Saturday, what time?
3 to, lunchtime. Yeah.
12 to 3.
This Saturday,
Saturday, yes.
250 people?
I'll say it again.
250
No,
people?
100 to 150. Say 100.
Yes, I think all day.
Yes. So I'll talk to you about the details afterward. All right, brother? Thank you so much. I'm going to meet.
You know what? Why don't you just call me like 3 days ago?
Okay. I found that call to be a bit odd because there was no exchange of names. I would find it odd if someone just like recognized Ash's voice, just absolutely knew it. Like they would have to know each other extremely well. I mean, think about how many people that you can identify by their voice over the phone. I mean, myself, I can't. I mean, there are several people that I can. One of my colleagues at work, because we like talking with each other like all the time. I know her voice. My friend Kathy, my friend Debbie, my good friend Juan, my husband, and I said my mother-in-law. Other than that, that's about it. So I would not be able to just know somebody by their voice. I don't think most people can just recognize random people by the voice. Now, I'm also thinking about like where my husband works, and there are people who work the phones, meaning they are answering the phones about reservations, they're calling and confirming reservations, they're reconfirming reservations. There's a lot of phone work involved. So the restaurant did not get a name, did not get a call back phone number to be able to call back and verify anything. It was just kind of like, I'll tell you the details later, without saying like when I'll call you back, what my name is, and what is your name. Like, when is a convenient time? Nothing. It was just like, I'll give you some details later. Has Ash done this before? It was very odd. Yeah, right. Make a pre-reservation without even getting that as a confirmed type of anything. Right. Ash always has a buddy on standby for random calls. It's like, that was just very odd. Because a restaurant taking any kind of information would need more. I mean, the dude on the other end was like, yes, we can accommodate you, but they're going to need to have more information than that. Again, they're going to have to figure out, like, well, what is the price point per plate? What are the menu options? I mean, there's a lot of things that go into figuring that out. And Ash doesn't even know what people's budget is. He's making the assumption that people are going to be willing to pay more. Now, here's something that's really funny, and let me find it so I can share it with you guys. Where do I have it? I think I put it on my desktop. I put it on the desktop. No, I put it in a folder somewhere. So let me pull it up as I talk to myself. Oh, let me see if I can. Can I put it in here? Let's see. Oh, it's not a PDF. I can't do that. Okay. But I can share my screen. Okay, let me find it. Let me bring it up as the picture first so I can show it to you. So the place that, okay, first of all, I'll share this. Well, it would help if I'm on the right tab now, wouldn't it, Alonda? Yes, it would. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so this is the place, which is also a chain that Ash is recommending, which dinners there are basically $60. Weekend lunches are $60. Only a salad, that's $32. So again, this is not taking into consideration what is the budget that this group of founders has to pay out of pocket. Because I don't see, Ash didn't say he's going to pick up the tab. So I would suspect that each founder is going to be paying their own way. And I don't know about you, but I would not go somewhere on my own and be like, yeah, I'm going to spend $60 for a lunch. I mean, that lunch would have to be washing my car, vacuuming my car, giving me a mani and pedi. That's an expensive lunch. And something that's even better than just this is a review on this place that he recommended. So let me find that. Let's see. It's not a Chrome tab window. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. All right. So you guys see this? Let me move mine out of the way. So here we have someone that gave it a 1-star review. It is nothing but a severely overpriced Golden Corral. Not to mention, but I will anyway, a salad trough visited by hundreds of strangers before we arrived. So this is the recommendation. An overpriced Golden Corral. Isn't that funny? There he is putting down Golden Corral, and what he recommends ends up being an overpriced Golden Corral. I just think that is so ironic. So ironic. So yeah, there we have it. There we have it, my friends. Okay, let me go back to the video. I thought you guys would find that interesting, just like I found it interesting and ironic as all heck. It was a Texas to Brazil place. Yep. A place that was in Bridesmaids, and they all got sick. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If that bleh, can't talk if that's true or not. I'm not sure, Kalani. I cannot speak to that. All right, let's continue. Thank goodness we're nearly finished.
To go. Well, you're gonna have to send me the details so I can get it out to everyone.
Oh, it's different level.
I agree, Al.
I saved it.
Imagine how much it's going to save you, Chris, just on vet bills. I mean, sorry, medical bills.
Medical bills, reputation. It will destroy
Exactly.
your reputation. Yeah. No joke. Now I'm curious for at least somebody to go there. Maybe you and Ron just for dinner. Yeah, like go there and then go where I'm suggesting.
Well, let me ask you this question. No, can you give me an idea how far it was gonna take me from where I'm at now to?
It's in a better location. Yeah.
Is it a closer or farther?
Send me your way.
Can you send me an address and I can put it
Of
on my
course,
GPS?
I'll send you everything. I'll send you.
I can see what it is because I have to get there a lot earlier than everybody else.
This is the manager.
Send in the bill.
Yeah, send me the bill. Servicing with you first class. Oh, people are liking it. I got so many messages. You can hear. Now more people are going to show up than 150. I don't think so, but if they do, that's okay. They're welcome. Everyone's welcome, guys. We just want to show what a.
And yes, I agree with you that founders will pay their own way. They're going to pay their own bill. Now, I don't know. This is another issue when you have a large party. Some places will do it, will break up the check. Other places will not. And it has to be all paid by one party. Now, my husband, he used to work at a place called the Aquarium. When the Aquarium first opened down in, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the little town area. But it's an area that now it used to be a place I loved going to this area because it was all original restaurants. Now it's nothing but like chain restaurants and it's just a tourist trap now. I used to go there when it was not really known by like the mass public. It was just kind of like only if you were a resident of the area did you know about this. And it was just like really cool to go because you could sit and you could watch the boats coming in and going out. It was just really fun to go to. But he became very good at being able to split tabs for everyone and calculate everything. Even when they were not supposed to be split, he would figure out a way to do it. But most servers are not able to do that because it is difficult on a server to be able to calculate all of that correctly for everyone, especially if you need to do that for 150 people. So you're sending out individual checks. You get what I'm saying? That's very difficult to do. And then if you start having more people come in, you're just adding them in. That's very difficult to do too, because they were expecting X number of people. It's rude to now start including more people. It's also rude if you said, we're having 150 people that are going to show up, and then only 20 show up. That's incredibly rude, because you do not know for sure how many people will actually show up to the event. You know what I mean? So all of this, to me, just is a lot of uncertainty. Your husband worked in Houston, like in 2004, and he lived in apartments where the Astros played, and opposite of the convention center. Okay, so he lived not far from Minute Maid Park. He lived in the downtown area, basically, on the east side of downtown. And yeah, I know that it's at that area. Kanani has changed a lot. And it's actually still changing right now, because they're going to be widening the freeway over there. I mean, I swear, our freeways, we just keep on making them bigger. You know, we already have like the hugest lanes of a freeway for I-10 that there is, you know, in the country. We're just going to keep on adding to them. So yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, I know the area. What can I say? Let's go ahead and finish watching this. And Houston is a great city for entertainment. If you want to have like really great food, every type of food you can imagine is here, and then some. And it's like any type of food that you want to have is here, and not necessarily only in one area of town. It can be multiple places.
Family's all about. We're meeting in Florida, where we're here to kick Georgian's butt, just to show them that.
150 is more than you think it is.
Oh, it's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of people. So
Welcome, Satish. I'm not sure if I said your name correctly, and I apologize.
Are
if I did.
you on the ship right now, Red? Or
Yep.
Joe, we
very good
do.
connection. Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're not on the ship's Wi-Fi because we're in Grenada. The English mobile network, if you pay for world roaming,
Roaming.
as long as it's one of the places that they allow, they just charge £6 a day, which is about close to $10.
Yeah.
And you use it like you use it at home. So absolutely fantastic.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Just off my hotspotting off my mobile.
All right. Garmo, if you want to send the link after this, so we can show Red while he has good connection. I'm going to show him the two places with Chris. Ron can join us, okay? And you pick, guys, okay? Before you make me
I'm trying to find.
liable for any injuries or.
You want me to make a link now and send it to everybody?
Yeah, obviously, because people are here, we don't want them to slander you and me and.
Oh, it might be a little too late, but I'm just kidding. All right, yeah, I'll do that now. Okay, so
just before he does that, on this ship we've here, they got a sushi bar, a sushi restaurant. Oh my god, it was absolutely fabulous. Jane hates sushi. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Yeah, no, she came as well. She doesn't like raw fish, so sushi's a bit of a straight. But they had some really good mixes as well, and they had a tofu soup to begin with, which was a miso soup as well, and it's just really good. Soybeans as well they had through that, and then obviously all the other sushis as well. Some really nice tuna was there, salmon, and sea bass as well they had, which was really nice as well because it's different flavour. But I loved it, absolutely loved it. Anything fresh, anything clean, that's me.
Can never go wrong with seafood, and especially if it's done the proper way and it's stored properly, handled properly. Yeah, that is the key. But I mean, she should consider brain food. Come on, Jane. It's brain food.
Yeah, come on, Jane. Brain food.
It's. I know you don't need more intelligence. You're fine, but
to be fair, she does not like sushi, but she sat there. She had the duck spring rolls, which were excellent, homemade and all that. She ate those.
Have them cook katsu fish. You know katsu?
Yeah.
Which is
well, they didn't have that on the menu. But I mean, we
could do it.
Like we have a chain that probably have them in the States. Go Sushi.
Does she eat shrimp, tempura, or?
Yeah, loves all that. Loves all of those sort of things. Anything if it's cooked, she loves it. You know. But,
and the miso soup.
Yeah, we had that. That was brilliant. Really nice.
All right. Some places have the onion or mushroom soup.
Yeah, no, this was miso. It's really nice. With some tofu.
Oh, if you're saying so, that makes it like, oh, I'm curious because it
was really nice because it was very traditional. So, yeah, it wasn't. Some misos are a little bit thick and they shouldn't be. They should just be the broth. You know, with the tofu through it or prawn or whatever you're having through it with some Chinese mushrooms as well. It was nice. Good. It was really good.
All right, this is the good homework for you, Jane. Since you are the travel management.
Come here. Hang on a second, Ash. I'm on my headphones. You can't.
No. Bring her in the other session. This is kind of like more personal. Jane, come.
Hi.
How you doing? Hi.
I'm all right, thank you. I'm good. I'm kneeling on the floor.
Thank you for keeping his company on the sushi bar, or the sushi place.
The lengths I go to.
But listen, we want you on the next session because we're going to have a food decision. It's critical about people's health. Yeah. And it's good if we can give them advice. But I also want to tell you something else. You might want to help us planning. Come to the next session. DeGarmo's making a new link. Probably he did it. Let me see. Nope, not yet.
No, as soon as we get off here, I'll make one.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, I'll do it and send it to all of you guys. All right. Bye. Say bye, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Chris.
All right. All right, everyone, that is what I had for you for today, is taking a look-see-poo at the most recent ONPASSIVE 360. Nothing is happening on the OConnect at the moment. Oh, I thought there was supposed to be some sort of celebration or something tonight for somebody's birthday. They have 300 at the moment. CD, who has 300? I'm curious. I'm a curious cat now. And I'm sorry, Chalupa and Salsa got into a squabble. Now they both got down. But, you know, Chalupa and Salsa get into it when he gets down and she's up here and she blocks him. And it just becomes a, I'm going to bark at you. Well, I'm going to bark at you. I'm not going to let you up. Well, I'm going to try to get up and I'm going to bark at you. It's just, the O-Ron and Minnow. Ooh. Yay, Chalupa. Boss mode. I like that. Yes. Oh, they both do kind of get in a boss mode. Now, today, there was, I don't know, I think one of the people next door were moving or doing, I don't know, there was a commotion. And Miss Salsa for the past couple of days has been just a fussing up a storm, which has made it very difficult for me to like focus and concentrate on work and trying to get things done, because she's just a going 90 to nothing, just a barking. And she's very reactive to strangers and to sounds. And I can't get her to settle. I did bring her by me and she was able to get in her little watermelon bed, which was Tamale's watermelon bed. So now it is Miss Salsa's watermelon bed. So is this the O-Minnow and O-Ron? Is this on YouTube? CD? Let me know, please. And I am so sorry, I'm not going to be able to pronounce your name. It starts with a B.
and I would try, but I would mess it up terribly, and I would be horribly embarrassed by that. But welcome, and please use words and not emojis. Thank you. Because I'm going to see if something is on. I will look for it. Let's see. Just let me know where this is and I will look for it. I don't know why I'm singing, but I am. I may or may not be able to find what I'm looking for. Oh, I think tomorrow, Joe, you're still here, right? Yeah, Joe, you're still here. I think I may cover some more foodie tomorrow because there's some stuff that has gone down. Oh, somebody posted the link in there. Okay, that's good to know. Let me see if I can go and find that. Thank you, CD, so much for letting me know where it is located. I appreciate it so very much. Let's see. I'm trying to get to something. I hear Chalupa out there. Don't know what he's doing. And sometimes, you know, he's like a little naughty boy that looks ever so innocent when you see him. And if I were to go out there, he'd have that look like, well, what are you talking about? Remember, you love me. And yes, I do. But, it is rather interesting in terms of how Foodie gaslights her audience, just like as we experience gaslighting within the realm of ONPASSIVE. Because, it's like gaslighting is gaslighting, But it's interesting to see it being used in different, I guess, genres, in different ways. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. Well, Pooparoo. OCD, let me see if I get into, I can't click on that when it is in the chat. But if I go to my channel, I can click on it. Let's see. Let's see what happens with that. Thank you so very much for providing me with that. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who has been chatting away. I appreciate it so very much. Foodie's been quiet today. I wonder why. Oh, they're not. That's interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why they're not putting it on YouTube. Welcome. I'm probably not going to say your name correctly, so please forgive me. Satish, welcome. I hope you're having a lovely day. Please use your words and don't speak with emojis. Thank you so much. Okay, let's try this. Oh, I hear Mr. Man is eating. So you know that means when he comes back in here, there's going to be a scuffle. Where is that? All right. Well, I am not able to get to that. But I have a feeling that if there is anything noteworthy, that we will find out about it. Oh, they played a copyrighted video. Yeah. That's something that can always be trimmed out. Right? Yeah, we'll see if there is a celebration tomorrow. Anyway, so we've been going at this for quite a while. But I want to say I appreciate everyone who has been here, who has stopped by, all of that sort of things. I want to say thank you to my patrons and to my channel members. Thank you ever so much for your support. And I also am reminding people that, yes, you can try the Patreon for 7 days if you are so inclined. And also a special thanks to my fantastic mods, my subscribers, you guys rock, and to my channel members and patrons. Thank you ever so much. And everyone in chat. I really appreciate you guys participating. Also to the lurkers, appreciate you too, because I know sometimes people just don't want to, participate in the chat, but they're just kind of like hanging out. Maybe they're not comfortable being in chat, and that's fine. I understand. And to the replay crew, whoop, whoop for the replay crew. I appreciate it. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever it is. I will recommend to you, I have started watching, and I'm not going to get it, I'm not going to say it correctly, Bridgertown. Anyway, it's a period piece that I've been watching on Netflix. There's 2 seasons out. I finished the first season, about to start the second season, and there is going to be a 3rd season. So we got that. We've got that to look forward to, or at least I do. Anyway, I loved the first season. It was a great story. It's it's all fiction, but it was quite enjoyable to watch. So if you like period pieces, and it's set in the 1810s within England. And so you're watching like a particular family, and those daughters are like, I guess it's kind of like the cotillion. They're coming out, and one does end up getting married. So it's a whole kind of story about that. Anyway, I'm going to get down on the go-go. Okay, Chalupa just came back in, so hopefully you guys will not hear the scuffle. Have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your evening, and thank you again for joining here. I appreciate it. Have a great one, and tomorrow I will be covering Foodie Beauty, Flobby Bobby, Big Beautiful Me, whatever she goes by. I did cover her general lore. If you don't know who she is a complete train wreck, and she's an awful person. I mean, I feel confident of saying she is really, really is a terrible person, and yeah, she's been back up to some shenanigans of doing some things, and yeah, be checking that out. And I really do not think she has converted. I don't really believe she's converted to Islam. I really feel like it's all a show. And as an atheist, I do not like anybody faking anybody's religion. And I just think that she's using it in a terrible way, and that angers me. But that's my opinion. Yeah, girl world. Girl world. That's what, and I may even slip in an Amber. So I have not, covered Amber with you guys. I do need to cover her lore with you too, because that's quite extensive. But I keep listening to and re-listening to stuff by Mr. Snowflake. Anyway, I'm going to get down on the go-go. Again, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever it is for you. And again, thank you so much. And don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Until next time, bye everyone.